comrades, today is February 24, 2026, and the current time is 2020. Please be aware that the alcohol allotments are temporarily restricted for all foreseeable future due to the collapse in alcohol futures that has caused the Institute's non-essential alcohol budget to decrease temporarily. That concludes today's announcements.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Please tell me I did this correctly. Oh, I think I forgot to actually hook it. Oh, no, never mind. I did it. 1 second. I have to like plug my phone in real quick before it dies because I'm always forgetting to charge the stupid thing. Hey, comrades, good evening. Welcome to everyone's favorite colony funny game, Rimworld. We're all gonna die apparently because that's all that ever happens in these games. There's no survival here. There's only pain and suffering. But it's okay. We all suffer together. And that's half the fun. Let me also do the hook in thingy, whatever it's called. And there we go. That should be fine now. Anyways, how are all of you doing? You might remember yesterday that I had drank a little bit of umeshu. Fun fact, I still have that bottle. I didn't actually finish it. There's like maybe, I don't know, like 60 milliliters left in here, so about a third of the bottle left, and I am debating if I want to drink that right now, because it's kind of tempting me. But at the same time, I probably shouldn't, so I'm going to try to avoid it for now. Also, yeah, I guess we'll use this model today instead of the high resolution. Actually, we haven't used the high resolution one in a bit. Let's switch. Let's switch to the nice model for now. There we go. Look at that. The high resolution cool stuff that I have not had updated in almost 5 years. This model has not been updated in forever, and at this point I don't know if I'm ever gonna get a chance to update it, but it's okay. I think that's fine. Anyways, how are all of you doing? Hi Zoingo, congrats for that 45 stream streak, good lordy. Also hello Ray, congrats to Ray for being first, and Kyle and Goldenrod, and I think Faros, and let's see, I think I saw, what were the names I saw? I saw Sun, and I think that's all the names that have said anything in chat so far. How are all of you today? Welcome to Rimworld, where, if you're trying to remember what we're up to, we have a space station that we have yet to actually build on, but unfortunately, because we just perpetually don't have enough food or energy, we are constantly going back to the surface to hunt down every bit of wild life that we can get our hands on so we can produce enough food to then go back up into space, rinse and repeat this basically forever, and just keep trying this process until we're all happy. At the same time, we're also trying to make sure we have a bajillion steel because our steel supplies are perpetually in need of restocking, and hopefully we'll get into space again in the near future and maybe get some more food. You might notice that we have a lot of rice growing now. This is basically the only way that I can keep us fed, so we're gonna do what it takes to survive. Also, I'm going to let the game run at 3x speed. By the way, my TPS is like cratered to like max of 180 now, so that's not a good sign. I'm pretty sure it's because we have multiple maps open. So hopefully we can solve this one problem soon and be okay. It is surviving. That's all we're trying to do. Hello, Zeoposer and Lana and Isoi. How are all of you doing? Annoyed it's going to snow on Thursday. I did hear that the East Coast has a lot of snow. Good luck is all I can say. I saw that there was a lot of snow, like anything happening over there, and it's gonna be rough if you are not accustomed to surviving in such conditions. So good luck. You got the best week manager actually cleared the walkways this time. I'm glad that the manager actually did some. Oh, you managed to clear the walkways. I thought you said a manager cleared it. Also, Zoingo said a long thing earlier. Let me see if I can scroll up and find it. You finished your lecture, still a few hours of example problems to get through, then homework, lab, quiz, final for electric. You have a lot of work to do, at least. But hey, you're almost there. I don't know how many more of like years or months you have left of this school stuff, but you know, you're slowly chipping away at it, and that's a good thing. I am no longer in academia, but I remember the struggle. I was there. I know what it was like in the olden times. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and then the other thing too, I did fall asleep fairly quickly after yesterday's stream. I played like an hour of Battlefield 6 before more or less passing out, and then I had a weird dream that the cartels were invading my neighborhood, and my neighborhood became a war zone, and then I woke up and then I saw something about the cartels being at war with the Mexican government, and lots of attacks on the Mexican government. I'm like, this is a little ominous that this dream happened, but who knows what it could mean. It could mean anything, really. It's perfectly normal, I'm sure, right? Also, why is this thing not functioning? Are we just not having enough electricity here? It was a very odd thing to think about, and I'm going to not think about it at all anymore. It was really strange. Maybe I've been watching the news too much. One way or another, it was just weird. I thought it was super strange. Also, I think we can replace these now. We have access to advanced solar. Oh, these are slightly bigger. It's annoying. It's actually just slightly bigger than the old ones. Yeah, I don't like that. I probably should build it though. Anyways, how are you, Nihil? So, hopefully you enjoyed yesterday's MRE stream, because that MRE was... it was something, to say the least. I definitely didn't enjoy that MRE that much, the more I think about it. Like the more I'm like, thinking about it, it's just like, this was pretty gross, all things considered. But I still ate it anyways for your entertainment, because I am apparently someone who enjoys pain and suffering, so... that's where we're at. Also, we're just gonna haul this inside, because I need to get this out of here. Rick's and Combat Extended for today's stream. Ah! Wait, what do you mean you're testing Rick's and Combat Extended? Is there Mad Max mod for Rimworld? There's a mod for basically everything. I'm sure if you look up hard enough, there's probably a Mad Max mod. We played with technical map vehicles one time. You could probably make like your funny little, gun trucks, your technicals, your Toyota Hiluxes on it. That's probably an option for you. Are you wearing a cape? Probably. Yes, you're wearing a nice, beautiful combat cape that we have managed to acquire. It makes you look cool, although you are running into the problem of missing an entire leg, so we should probably get you a new leg at some point. I think also we tried getting Alana a new spine, and then unfortunately Immortal, who is our only other really good doctor, did not do a very good job of that. Unfortunately, that's not much we can do considering the little bit of brain injury. We don't actually have another doctor that's like high enough in quality. Maybe X-Layer could do it, but an 8's still really rough. So that's kind of the issue that we have. It's a fun combination. Rick's and Combat. What is Rick's? Let me see what Rick's is. I think I might have. I think Interest might have mentioned this at some point. Rimworld interactive chat service. That's the one. Okay. Yeah, I remember. I think Interest is using this or something similar, because I remember he mentioned that he was like a tester for it of some kind. Yeah. Full integration with Twitch and YouTube. Interesting. I don't have any intention of switching to TTK or switching to it yet, but maybe at some point I probably will switch to it. I want to see if I can transfer the currency that people have earned on TTK over, just to keep that running log going forever and ever and ever. Is it busted? Probably, but I think it'd be kind of fun to just keep it going as long as possible. How you, Mr. 100, get a weird streak? I don't know. That's a good question. Also, look at all that Zeoposer and Sun getting stat bumps. So Zeoposer, you're actually pretty good at medical now, so maybe we could have you try to do the operation, but we'll need to make another bionic spine because we did lose the other one. So we'll order a new spine and all that other fun stuff. Also, I need someone to clean, so I'm gonna order, I think Umi the child is primarily tasked with cleaning the ship. So hopefully Umi will be able to do that. Also, yeah, a lot of the issues that we're running onto the ship is primarily people just being sad about things. We don't have a temple room, and people don't like being, you know, on the planet. They want to go up into space again, so we also need to kill more animals. I think part of the lag is just the sheer quantity of birds. There's a lot of birds and dinosaurs that we need to execute. Basically, the only reason we're here is I need to find food. Like, metric tons of food are required to feed our colony. So that's literally all we're trying to do. Like, we're just trying to make sure we have enough food to last us a couple seasons up in space, because good lord, there's not enough. Also, yeah, you have a very overworked maid, doctor, and all the other fun stuff. Also, there is a mechanoid relay that has some stuff. I think those weren't too bad. If we're willing to just hop over there, we can probably just rip it apart if we can survive. One of the biggest issues is we don't have helmets. Head protection in this colony is a little sparse, to say the least. Now 11 in cooking. Okay, that's good. At least as long as we have one person. One person is usually enough to cook for the colony, as far as I can tell. Although maybe we should stop making carnivores. Actually, let's see how much meat do we have. Probably justify if I can expand. Well, let's add another one of these, and I think we can justify cooking up to probably 120 is fine, and that'll be good. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, that's the fun thing about yesterday. I really like this umeshu, and I'm happy that people at least enjoyed the MRE stream. I know I don't do a lot of like oddball streams, but it is fun to do when I get a chance to do them. So thank you for those who were able to come by and watch me attempt to consume this thing that we kind of call food that brave soldiers around the world eat. It's not so much the rate of meals being cooked, it's more the rate of it being consumed. You might notice we have 22 colonists on this ship, including 2 animals. There's 1 fox, I believe, and 1 bashi. And so because of that, that does kind of rip through a lot of our food stores. I believe it's 2 meals per day per pawn. So with 22 pawns, you're looking at 44 meals per day. No, I specifically for this run, I do not want to use nutrient paste. I believe in almost all of our other space-based runs, we do nutrient paste. So for this one, I'm like, no, we're not gonna do that. We're going to suffer. We're gonna suffer. So that's literally why this is the way it is. Hopefully that makes sense. Is it the smartest thing to do? Probably not, but I enjoy a bit of, you know, it has a bit of a challenge, even if it's maybe a dumb challenge to do. But I'd rather have eaten a microwave meal with white rice instead. Okay, here's the thing. I generally will not. There's a lot of ways you can interpret that question because there's so many different types of microwave meals. Let's just say if you get the microwave meals from Asia, they're really good. I bought a microwave like fried rice one time from my local Asian market. I mean, it's not really fried as it is just like kind of seasoned, you know, and all that stuff with some oil, but it's really delicious. And I was like, this is way better than a lot of stuff that you can get, like compared to like a $1 Micheliners chicken Alfredo pasta. I'd rather spend a little bit more. It doesn't want to common things to do in space ones due to the space labor that said the mood for fine meals is awesome. I know, that's why I don't want to do that. I want to force us to make food. I think it's more fun to produce the food, so that's why we're doing exactly that. We will go back into space though, because I do need to get more people up there and working, and hopefully we can get more stuff done. Now that said, one of the biggest issues though, again, food and space. Unfortunately, our barracks are considered very poor. Turns out when you cram 4 people to a room, people aren't terribly happy. But hey, you know what? We're working with what we got. Also, this room here. Let's see. So the heater's at least enough to cover everything. This will be the prison room, because we often do have like 1 or 2 prisoners. Also, I need to make sure we grab all this helium-3. I need the H3. Let's get that inside, please. Come on. And then we'll go back into space probably soon enough. So, yeah. Welcome to Rimworld, our favorite game of pain and suffering where most people tend to die, but there's usually a lot of surviving going on. And I think we've managed to get everything I care about. There's a lot of components and metal and steel that I could grab, but I should grab a lot more of these. I did try to do one of those runs. One of my biggest issues was I thought I think I am okay not taking that. That's fine. Yeah, one of my biggest issues with I did a run like that, and it was I did a Hot Springs themed colony, Japanese themed. I downloaded a bunch of Japanese themed mods. It was fine, but the biggest problem was it was kind of hard to just get a decent number of guests to stay consistently, and I was more focused on keeping people fed and alive, and people were dying left and right because I think I was playing with Combat Extended, and when I play with Combat Extended, people tend to die. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. God, speaking of Japanese stuff, I have been like I've been like doing a lot more research again about like things to do when I'm in Japan next, which will be in November. Yeah, so fun fact, around October, November, expect me to basically go on break for like 2 whole weeks. Because I will be traveling to, well, the land of weebs and the people that the weebs worship a little too much. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. I've been very excited to go, and that is my plan. And yes, Ray is coming along because I don't think I'm allowed to go by myself. I think Ray would probably stab me. She'd hunt me down. A lot of different ways to describe it, but yes, I would not survive. Almost like comedy that makes comedy far more lethal. It is, but it's great. Do you think I don't know if Bonds and pray for the best? Hey, I'm learning a little bit more and actually using some of the tools now. Okay, I'm getting a little smarter at it. We're not just unga-bungaing, we're unga-bungaing with style. Okay, there's unga-bungaing with thought put into the unga-bunga strategies. I'm always being bullied. It's okay. I've accepted this as my fate, all right? My fate is to get bullied no matter what I do, and that's okay. I know what my lot in life is, and that is apparently what it is going to be. I understand. I get it. Worry not. Anyways, let's get back into space. I think our plan was to just leave Garm in space, but we'll see how that goes. Also, there's like some incomplete projects here that I think... We do need to start putting chairs here, by the way. Been meaning to put some chairs. What are nice chairs? Ergonomic chairs. Adds back padding. Where's this from? Or we could do smart chairs. Actually, wait. Statistically, what's the difference between this one and the other one? I'm actually kind of curious what statistically... So one is from Vanilla Furniture Expanded, and one is from Eccentric Tech. What is the actual difference? Okay, so the ergonomic chairs provide slightly more comfort. But the smart chair is slightly more beautiful and also uses up like half the materials, so that's fine. Yeah, so I think we're gonna just use the... We will build the smart chair. We'll make it out of steel, because that's what I have. And it does look kind of spacey, so I approve. Kind of slap these down. And then these three will not have one. Also, Kefir's about to have like a mental breakdown as usual. But that's okay. He'll probably be okay soon. Oh, it's because he's got a wife, I think. That's why. You've developed a mindset for combat extended when you're tapping your TRPG side with combat things that I know that's the great part though. It makes you think like a strategist. You know, I don't give a shit if he decides to do the rest. Oh no, trust me, I know you don't. It's okay. I'm aware that you don't like vanilla expanded stuff, and I usually just I was just kind of curious what the statistical difference between the two were. But that's about it. I mostly just I use vanilla expanded because I kind of do like some things, like having access to nice TVs and whatnot, although maybe it's a little excessive. The ergonomic chair is straight up better than anything in vanilla. I think it's from the spacer module, possibly. Oh, right, I forgot to put a bed in here. We're gonna put a... Wait, I just realized I can put prisoner bunk beds in here. Yeah. Oh, never mind. I don't want to spend the panels for that. That's gross. Alright. These are all hospital beds now, right? Yes. Okay, so... This... Let's see. Are prisoners... Okay, so I'm trying to remember how this works. If a prisoner is happy, they're less likely to lose their ideology, certainty, but they're a lot easier to convert. Is that right? Is that how this works? I think that's how this works, right? Make this out of steel real quick. And then we'll put a nice little... Is that a myth? Okay, I have no idea. I've always wondered if that was true or not, and that's always driven me like crazy. Like I just have no clue. So that's why I'm like actually curious. You can't use a lot of items. I basically block most items from being used in this run. You just kind of have to rely on us doing what we need to survive. I think we have enough food to survive out there. Okay. Let's see. So we're just gonna copy paste that here. We're also gonna link all these together. That should be fine. Okay, I think we have enough food realistically to probably go out into space now. I think let's go. I want to start getting that cleared up bit by bit, even if it's going to be a little difficult. Yeah, all right. Let's go back into space we go. There's no more need to be down here. Alright, we're just gonna go back to our space base, which is right over here. Alright. That's fine. I think we did build the grav anchor, right? I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah, okay, we got the grav anchor, it's fine. How's the NSS going? Well, it's going pretty good. As you might have noticed, we have mostly planned out our ship, our base. I forgot to download a mod that lets me claim ownership of the fortified walls, by the way. I need to probably look into downloading that at some point. Actually, where's the mod for that? Let me just subscribe to it. I might just reboot the game, considering Rimworld doesn't take that long to reboot anymore. Remember back in the day when Rimworld would take like a year to reboot? Oh, fun times. Fun times. Alright, let me see if I can find... Oh, God, I forgot I was looking at the Rabbit and Steel workshop, too. By the way, remember Rabbit and Steel? So I found out that the developer, Mino, or whatever his name is, actually posted the PSD files for the character sprites online on Discord, and all you have to do is download it, and then you can just draw over it if you want to create your own character sprite mod. Well, there we go. So I see you're becoming a psychic or mechanator with the octagonal slider going for a box rather than a pawn. Ah, okay. So I've not done anything like that. But hey, as long as you're having fun. This one lets you claim them. That's the whole mod. Okay, so there is literally one mod that just lets you claim fortified walls. Now, is that a thing I want to download? This one just says allows you to claim them and deconstruct them. Maybe I won't look in that right now. Also, yeah, you can throw the map away. Let's go into space lods. All right. It's going to take a little bit because, well, we're going up into space. Going to the outer atmosphere. I will say this is a very interesting run trying to build a space station. Trust me, I have a plan for the next run, and it's going to be probably very silly as well in the terms of what we have to do. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook it up like this. I need to build a platform, honestly. I think for now we'll build it like this, and I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yep, we're running layered atmosphere. I think it's really cool, and I wanted to have the option to explore different things. Okay, so we gotta immediately pause the game as soon as we get in here. Okay, 2. Most people should be in ship interior, which is perfect. So the only people allowed are outside are Anya, Airman Joker, Garm. I think Ray barely is allowed to go outside. I think Sun is also safe. Yeah, okay, those two are allowed to go in space. Okay, first things first is I need to build a platform here. I did download a mod for this. I can add orbital platform aesthetics. So we're just gonna add like a simple orbital platform for the time being, like just like that. So that way, someone like Anya can go walk over there, because I'm gonna need someone to start digging all this out. Okay, so prisoner has 50% mood. Has 100% resistance loss. At 0 mood, they only lose 20%. At full mood, they have... Oh, okay, so the happier it is they are, the easier it is to mind break a prisoner. Got it. You know what? I guess that makes your comic a lot more relevant, right? Because you gave them proper... You took care of them, right? Before they you converted them. So I guess that makes sense. Christ of Faith reroller. Oh, okay, so it's the Christ of Faith ideology thing. Got it. I remember, I could have sworn SBO was talking something about that. Or SBO had a mod or something. But yeah. Oh shoot, I forgot Garm could actually build things too. Oh, see, this is why we need to rebuild this. I'm trying to build this platform section here. Look how slow this is. Oh, thank goodness we have a lot of builders. But man, walking through space is 2.6% That's so bad. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize it was that bad. 2.6 is awful. We definitely need to expand the orbital platform out here. See, I usually don't take care of my prisoners. I shove them into a pit, and hopefully I'll remember that they exist later on. That's kind of the extent of how much I like my prisoners. Is it the best thing to do? No, but it generally works, and it's fine. Alright, Anya, build me my platforms. There we go. And then we'll have full walking speed. I hope we have enough food to survive. because otherwise it's going to be a little rough. What I do need to do is go through the bug nest, so I have about 5 fighting colonists that are able to go down there. I take care of them sometimes. I just overextend with how many colonists we have to take care of, and that's the real struggle. Currently run throws the prisoners in the same kind of bedroom your colonists get while you break them down. A pillbox cell room with nothing but a bed and lucky a light. Oh, you should have seen my old colony. The old ship. That was literally the theme. I have a photo of it somewhere. Hold on, I'm pretty sure I have a picture of it somewhere on my PC. I don't want to figure out which one of these folders is that colony though. You know what I just realized too? In a lot of these, I haven't actually put myself in any of these runs in quite some time. I used to put myself in the runs as a character, but I actually haven't done that in kind of a long while. I don't think I need to, but it is something I just kind of thought about. I was like, huh, yeah, that was a thing. Oh yeah, no, trust me, there's too many columns. It's very hard to justify. But half the fun is suffering. That's half the fun. Let's build these real fast too. All right, Comrade Anya, build me my beautiful orbital platforms. The other thing this ship needs is I do think I need to make a... I'd like to probably get rid of this room at some point, or I'd like to move the grav ship engine up 1 tile. Or 2 tiles. I'd like to make a hallway so pawns don't have to walk through the common room. Remember, I like having hallways. Hallways, to me, is a sign of civilization. Without hallways, what are we but just savages? Also, it's, okay, so she's been building that out. I think what we're gonna do is once pawns wake up, we're just gonna try to go explore this cave. Because again, I need to clear this out. There's treasure to behold. Primarily panels, and also we gotta start digging out for more vaxstone in the near future. So, also, I did try playing the funny train game that Garm gifted me the DLC for. I have no idea how to do the horse stuff. I tried understanding how the horse mechanics work. It's actually not super bad. It's basically just the same as any other vehicles. But man, Workers and Resources Soviet Republic is not a forgiving game. That game is super... It's super rough. Oh, I think we built one of the parts. Okay. So, we're working on... Okay, we have the spine. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see if Zeoposer is good enough to install a spine onto Comrade Alana. I hope this will work fine. Alright, let's try this out. Get into bed, and then we'll have Zeoposer go over here and do the operation. Zeoposer has full statistics, basically pretty happy. Minor penalty to manipulation due to that scratch, but it should be fine. Yeah, we probably should get Zeoposer a new leg, but that's okay. That's what we're doing right now. So, let's hope. Is Comrade Zeoposer ready? Also, hello, Steve. Alright, here we go. Wait a second. Why are we using the... Wait a second. Why is everyone set to herbal medicine or worse? Hello? Wait a second. I don't remember approving of this. Wait, why is it specifically these two? Okay, wait. Is that why the previous surgery failed? Wait, how did they end up on... Okay, wait, let's try this again. Let's try this again, please. Okay, now that we're using proper medication, this should be fine. Also, what inspiration do we get? Inspired recruitment. Unfortunately, recruitment's not really necessary. Alright, here we go. Oh my goodness. An actual bionic spine has been installed. Alright, now we just gotta get Zeoposer to have a new leg. So, why don't we get... Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put the Zeoposer... Wait. What do you mean install bionic? Did I make 2 spines? Oh wait, wait. Oh shoot, I had a spare spine. I didn't need to make another spine, so I guess I have 1 more spare spine. As relevant as that may be. Also, yeah, this digging is super slow. I guess digging plasteel is just really rough. But hello, sweet child. Yeah, we're getting there slowly. It's a little rough, but you know, construction takes time, and when you're up in space, there's only so much work that you can do. What we're gonna do real quick though is once this platform is built, we're gonna go explore the pit. I want to know what's in the pit. And hopefully we can expand our, you know, offerings or our earnings that way. Come on, Anya, I need you to build this stupid thing. So many things to do, grabbing all the steel and platforms and whatnot. Basically, this entire asteroid has all the materials that we want, but it's just kind of difficult to get it done. Okay, now hopefully this gets built. I don't know why it takes forever to get her to build this thing, but that'll get us somewhere. Also, take a look at our wacky, somewhat functioning base. The only thing we haven't done yet is build the fusion reactor. I'm trying to build a fusion reactor here. Wait, do you need a spine? Oh, you do have a bad back. All right, so when Alana is no longer... Actually, wait, no, you oppose her. Okay, yeah, so I think once Alana is no longer sedated, we'll put that spine into you, Steve. All right, let's get Ray in here. I need to get Ray a brain stimmy at some point. Let's get... Once Anya... Okay, so then we're going to get Anya over here. And then we're going to get Garm over here. And let's get Sun over here as well. I don't think Sun has a spare shield. I forgot to make a spare shield for Sun. Oh, he does have one. Okay. I don't know if we're close to the colony end. I'd probably give this colony through March, and then we'll probably move on to another colony theme. That's kind of my assumption. All right, we got 4 folks. Let's see what they're gonna do. Let's go exploring, shall we? We're out of glow sticks. I almost said fleshlights, and I'm like, that's not the right word. Okay. So we're gonna have Sun poke through this. I don't know, man. That was the first word that came to my... Oh shoot, that's a lot of bugs. Okay, good. Good. So as long as we have enough people that can tank this, that's fine. Okay, you stand there. Okay, start blasting. Unfortunately, some of these people don't have the armor to survive, so we gotta hope that we can maybe distract, delay, girl keep gate boss. Okay, good. And then Ray's dying, unfortunately, so we gotta quickly save her. Oh gosh. Oh no. She's dying. Garm's dying too. I keep forgetting to download the mod that lets me install energy weapons. Okay. It should be fun. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna quickly tend here. And then we're gonna grab... Oh shoot, I don't know how we're gonna save Garm. Could you quickly just stabilize? Well, okay, so you're literally incapable of docking. So we're gonna stabilize Garm. And then... Okay, so Garm should be okay, hopefully. I just need Garm stabilized long enough. You're gonna stabilize Ray, then you're gonna carry Garm. Let's see if we can keep Garm alive. Okay, then go back up the surface. Oh, okay, it wants round 2. Alright, we're gonna blast this thing to death. Oh wait, switch to the mace. I think the mace probably works better. There we go. Then we're gonna tend to Ray. And then hopefully we can... Oh, you know what? I don't think we can get Garm out there fast enough. It's the problem when you only have so many people with space equipment. Actually, hold on. We could probably put Alana in space. She's willing to drop the utility halo. Probably throw her into space because she already has vacuum resistance from the undersuit. No, Anya has 0 doctoring capability, so no, she actually cannot tend to Garm. So my only option is to try to get Garm back to the ship as soon as possible, which might be feasible. It's going to be really tough, though. It's going to be a very close call. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Alana stand right here, ready to interact as soon as possible. Actually, wait, Airman Joker. Hold on, I have an idea. 4.5 medicine. I think Alana's fast enough to tend to Garm before Garm expires. Wait, Ray still died. Really? Okay, well, unfortunately, by the laws of this land, I'm actually not allowed to let Ray die. We talked about this before, but Ray's, like, literally immortal. I think there's supposed to be a trait that I give her, but I forgot to give it to her this run. So, Ray's actually alive. This is not my decision. This is the decision of... Is it the Deathless gene? Okay, it's probably the Deathless gene. I'll need to install the Deathless gene at some point, but... Yeah. Okay. However, Garm is not deathless. I forgot about it. Okay, hold on. There we go. So now we're gonna have you run, and then we're just gonna tend to Garm right there. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, then stand right here. Tend to the poor child. Okay, hold on. I need you to pick up that medicine. Okay, there we go. No. You tend to Garm first. There we go. All right. Please be fast enough. All right, Ray. I don't know what you're doing. You're running away from something, and then Sun is out here. We don't do gene editing that often. I remember because it I don't do a lot of gene editing in general. Why are you oh, Bashy's berserk, right? Bashy should no longer be berserk actually because Ray's actually alive. Okay. Remember, we don't do biotech gene editing very often. We do produce vac suits, we just don't produce enough of them is kind of the biggest issue that we have, ironically. And I also like people wearing the NEKOGRAD uniform whenever possible. But yeah, we are able to make vac suits, we just don't have enough of them. We're literally making more. We're still making more vac suits, worry not. All right, there we go. Finish this off. I think Garm lives. Okay, I don't know why. Oh shoot, Alon needs to run there faster. She's still dying of the anesthetic. All right, come on. You can do it. Keep Garm alive. All right, Garm lives. And it's just another transparent bubble around the normal uniform. Is it just... That should be kind of funny to look at. And that should be really funny to look at, honest. Oh my gosh, hello. That's Glitter World medicine. All right, these two are at least still capable of exploring a little bit, so maybe we'll have them poke around a bit. All right, that's a lot of stuff. Okay. So you need to devote colony if you want to do it. So one of the biggest issues is that I did allow gene editing in one colony, and as Alon is mentioning, one of the biggest issues is that everyone wants to have their special gene set, and people were buying tons and tons of gene packs or whatever they were called, and I dedicate so many resources to maintaining like the giant stack of gene packs, and I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. Now I could justify it maybe a little bit if it was just like a small amount, but it was a lot of it, and that was the biggest issue. Yeah, it got out of control real quick, and it ate up a lot of space in one of the colonies, so I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I just didn't want to deal with that much genetic shenanigans. And a lot of times that the gene stuff is just against what I'm trying to do for the colony. One of the things that I'm at least somewhat proud of when I do these colony streams is that they're always themed after something, and even though I do deviate from that theme every now and again, I try somewhat fairly hard to maintain the theme, right? I try my best to be like, all right, this is the theme for the colony, we're gonna make sure it stays that is. I don't want to be near this. Oh shoot, all right. Sun is alone. Now granted, he's super tanky, so we can probably fight it off, but we gotta get Ray over here. She needs to get a good angle. Okay, please. Okay, there we go. Perfect. A little bit of crossfire, but that's fine. Alright, just gotta navigate. Oh, that one actually hit. Also, what do you mean by what do you mean by Rick's having gene stuff? Is it actually having gene xenomorph? What are they called? I forgot the term for this. Xenotypes. You can have custom xenotypes in Rick's now. Do I want to do anything with these, or can I just throw a grenade in here? Or am I gonna regret this? Okay. It's a bunch of very angry. I'm just gonna move Ray like right here, or move Sun like right here, and then Ray can stand right here. Perfect, and that should be good enough to hopefully gun through these, while Sun tries to tank all of them. Come on. Come on, just a little bit more. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them. You can drop specific xenotypes when you drop a colony. Oh, okay, gotcha. over here. Get a nice clean shot. Perfect. All right, that somehow went pretty well. What we're gonna do is now execute all of these, and then we're gonna send these two back up to the surface. All right, finish off. Finish off. What is Ray about to shoot? Please don't shoot anything. Just keep finishing off these fighters. There we go. I love executing these things. Perfect. Oh, okay. So when the colonist enters, be like, I want to come in as an imp, right? Like that type of thing. See, okay, here's my hot take. I don't like xenotypes generally. I think my coldest Rimworld hot take, quote unquote, is I do not like having xenotypes. I prefer just keeping everything being plain generic humans, unless there is a thematic reason why they aren't humans. Like when I'm doing NEKOGRAD, or if I'm doing Starter Town. Also, hi, Auxilia. I can't believe you streamed for, let's see, it's 9 o'clock now. So you streamed for 9 hours, basically, because I started stream right around when you were at 8 hours, and you're now at 9. How have you managed to survive streaming for 9 hours in a single day? I have no idea. I applaud your tenacity. That's absolutely insane. Also, hello, Greywind. Also, for anyone who don't know who I am, although I think me and Auxilia have like a bit of a crossover in people who watch, my name is Hashiba Yukinori is the full name, but most people just say Oku. That's way easier. I play strategy games. I sometimes play Star Sector, and mostly play Rimworld, and usually a lot of other games. When am I doing... oh, should I instantly give them both new hat ears? That's fine. When am I going to stream Star Sector? I know the new UAF update came out. I honestly might try next week. I would be kind of interested in trying out the new UAF stuff. Honestly, though, when in the world is Whiskey updating SBR? When is SBR gonna be ready for current version? Because I've been like really wanting to play more SBR, but I also know it's not up to date right now, and I know she wants to do like more updates to the stuff before she releases a new patch. But you know, I get it. It's modding is hard. But I was like, man, I really want to play SPR. Please update soon, Whiskey. But I know she's busy. I know she's a very busy individual. Yeah, no, she's always busy or sick or something, and I don't want it's not really fair for me to be like, where is it? I'm just kind of curious because I really like SBR as a mod. SBR is probably one of the cooler, and Anya's gonna trap herself, isn't she? I need to start digging through the Vaxstone. I do need more Vaxstone so we can make more panels. I probably need to start ordering someone like Garm or someone to dig through all this. Let's see. But yeah, I hope your stream was great, and definitely get some rest at some point so that you're not dying, because good lord, I think my longest stream I've ever done was like 6 hours, and I basically swore to never do that again. And I generally can't, because obviously I stream a little later in the day, and I do have, you know, big people jobs to do on my day-to-day, so I can't do 10-hour Christmas streams. If you want to know like why I can't do like super long streams, it's because I have a certain someone named a wife that demands my attention a lot. So I will do what I need to appease. Okay. Anyways, okay, you're gonna rest. All right, have a good rest. I hope you are able to relax. I'm very happy to see all of your Star Sector stuff. It looks really cool, and I will put it on the new. We'll put it in the mod list whenever I get back to streaming Star Sector, either next week or the week after. Definitely not this week. I already have a lot of other things planned for this week, mostly because I've been asked by a lot of other people to do certain things. Also, Garmin's got a medical emergency. All right, Alana's no longer dying of we'll have to wait for the anesthetic to wear off. All right, we'll wait for that. Oh my goodness. Are we actually gonna get this built? Wait, why am I moving a TF? Wait, no. Why are we moving this here? Okay, wait, you already have the TFG module. Why not just put it where it belongs? Okay, man, you know what? Hold on. This should not be allowed to store anything anymore. I think this is the big problem. This thing had storage as allowed. Let's this. I don't want this to store anything. That's not ideal. Because I can't, like, properly track how many panels I have sitting around. That's kind of like the biggest issue. Want you to haul this, and that's fine. Apparently there's a cool thing coming out in the mod on 27th for the Star Sector modiverse. Is there a modiverse now? Is there like a giant coordinated like mod universe thing that's going on? How do I get to be part of this super cool modiverse? Maybe I need to actually release the NEKOGRAD mod at some point. Honestly, like I was mentioning in Auxiliary stream, but I just cannot get around. I cannot wrap my head around designing ships. I'm awful at it. That's like my biggest issue right now, is that I just don't seem to have the I don't have the design chops to make a really nice design for ships. What are we researching next? What do I want? We do heavy exoskeletons would be kind of funny too. Starflight basics. You know what? Maybe we get the NEKOGRAD some undersuits. That would be kind of nice too, wouldn't it? Oh my god. I forgot we don't have an Aurora core. Yeah, that's not happening until we can get a... Oh, we need to expand the research lab too. Also, hi Ranu. How are you dead? Because nature's side, you gotta leave some more time aware with other factions, especially when placing them around the Perseian sector. Oh no, trust me, I'm aware. I mean, I think I talked about where I placed NEKOGRAD in relation to a lot of the other stuff in Rimworld, or in relation to the Perseian sector. You're dead. You can be alive if you're willing to join the queue. Come with an idea and build a type of person you can design you lots of ships. Let me take a look at this thing. Space Heaven game. Oh, you know, I've actually seen this game, and I've been wanting to play this for a while. I never got around to doing it. Actually, you know what I should do? I just realized I have the perfect ship designing game right in front of me. I actually have multiple ship designs that I could probably gawk at. And I'm sure I have screenshots of them somewhere. This is probably like a perfectly serviceable starting ground. At least in terms of trying to get something done. Also, oh my god, I can actually expand the ship now. Let's expand the ship. Okay, so I wanted it to be even on both sides, so this is 18. It's gotta be 8. Is it really only 2 tiles out? Oh, because I added this side. Okay, yeah, 18. And I think it just goes all the way down here, and then we just fill this in. Okay, we'll fill that in. It's not the same. It could be the same. You just gotta believe. Yeah, you have to believe. Also, what in the world? They really aren't ever making The Sims 5, are they? I don't know if anyone... yeah. I don't know. I'm sure I'm talking about this before, but I do like The Sims, and I've been reading recently that, like, there is more or less 0 chance we're ever gonna see Sims 5 in our lifetime, because EA Games is very content to just keep remaking Sims 4 content DLC for basically in perpetuity. So it's kind of depressing when I say that, but that's where we're at now. I don't think we can stay in space. We got to get more of this stuff done. Actually, Anya, can you... We have the materials to make the... I don't think I want to make the fusion reactor this quickly, though. So many things we need to build. I'm trying to build the water generators. We don't even have power up here. There's a Sims 4 Battle Pass? Wait, Sims 4 Battle Pass. There's no way that's a thing. Sims 4 launches Battle Pass style timed events and fans aren't happy. Why does a single player... Okay. Why in the world does a single player life simulator need a Battle Pass? What is this comment? You earn Battle Pass points by impregnating other Sims wives. That is definitely a sentence. Oh my god, it's real. Oh my god, it actually is like a thing. That's so funny. That's so horrible. No, it's actually not that bad. You basically just have to... Oh my god. It's the same concept as like gacha game daily logins. You have to do daily logins to get your bonus items. And man, that's depressing. Oh man. I can't believe... I can't believe my stupid... You know what's funny? I actually don't mind The Sims 4 in a vacuum. Like, if The Sims 4... If you strip out The Sims 4's, like, awful monetization, and you just focus solely on the gameplay, it is a little shallow, and the lack of an open world bothers me a lot. But designing a house in The Sims 4 is probably the best home design experience in any game I've ever realistically played. And that's saying a lot. I know people don't like grids, but honestly, I find working with a grid to be very standardizing on how I design things, and that's why I like it a lot. You compare it to something like Sims 3 and Sims 2, where there was a lot of, like, very... Like, you had to do things like, okay, like a wall is 8 tiles high, things like that. No, I've always been of that same opinion. I think if you combined Sims 3's open world with Sims 2's fairly in-depth gameplay and Sims 4's house building, I think it would be the perfect Sims game, but unfortunately that's never going to happen. EA is basically super deep into Sims 4 and just monetizing it in forever and trying to do like the online stuff. And plus the Sims 4 is just like a very big platform. I know there's a lot of other... There's been a lot of life sim games that have been tried to be made, but they just often didn't get anywhere, I guess is the best way to describe it. Prime example. Life by You was going to be published by Paradox Interactive. And it had a pretty good pedigree because it had one of the designers or developers of The Sims 2 on that project. But unfortunately, it just didn't get anywhere. And ultimately, Paradox canceled the game because they decided it wasn't going to really make the money. And so they're like, all right, we're not going to do this anymore. Really unfortunate, but that's just the reality of how game development works. And then the XCOM developer, whose name I'm like, the lead designer for XCOM, the director, I think? Jake Solomon, yeah. Like, he was working on a life sim game, and then it got unceremoniously axed by whatever publisher he was working with. And it's like, we didn't even hear the name of the game. They're just like, yeah, well, it's just not happening anymore. I'm like, wow, that is unfortunate. That is like actually tragic. So this is just the reality. Like the life sim, like there is one life sim game that if we're lucky, will actually come out in our lifetime. So there's this game that I've been kind of keeping an eye on called Paralives, which is one of those games that's just perpetually funded by what's the bloody word I'm thinking of? By Patreon, for its early development. So it's been in development for like a very long time. I think it was actually supposed to come out last year, but it got pushed to this year instead, and it may or may not get delayed again, but as far as I can tell, it does look like a pretty decent Sims-esque clone with more, I guess, cel-shaded cartoony comic-esque graphics. But the biggest issue that any life sim game that is attempting to break into the market's ever gonna have is that it's not The Sims. I hate to say it, but like the biggest problem any life sim game is gonna have is that it's not The Sims, and it's not gonna have The Sims' like what 30 years, 25 years of staying power, of like just cultural relevance in the gaming space. And not only that, but like trying to capture the humor of The Sims, where it's like a parody of, you know, classic Americana consumerism, and I guess now modern Americana consumerism is going to be really difficult, because a lot of like the farming life sim genre nowadays is centered around being a cozy game rather than being like, oh, look at this silly game where you can do things about, like, you know, with your funny Sims characters, instead of trying to be like trying to live the perfect life. It's basically living a perfect life versus living a life full of shenanigans, and that's The Sims leans hard into the life full of shenanigans aspect. I don't know why I'm getting in like so deep into this, but I do like the franchise. Paradox has annoyed you in the past few years for a specific reason, which is to fail to give us more BattleTech. I tried BattleTech. I've had people suggest if I really wanted to play BattleTech with more lances, just play this mod that apparently gives you lots of lances. Maybe at some point I will. It's on my list of to possibly do at some point, but I have not had a chance to do so yet. Counterpoint to SimCity Skylines came along. Cities, okay, so here's the thing. And it always ties back to EA just being bad, right? So Sims, I was hyper hyped for SimCity 2013 because I was a very impressionable high schooler who just thinks like, oh my gosh, video game companies would never lie to us. They said it requires full always-on internet access and we'll have the most advanced AI agents ever to simulate a real living city. Whoa. So I really bought in hard onto the marketing, yes. And then, oh, it came out and I was like, oh dear. Oh, what a mistake that was. And so that's the unfortunate reality of SimCity 2013, because I bought it and I was like, wow, I can't log in, and I couldn't play the game that I had just paid $60 for, so that I could do my funny Sims related things. Or SimCity related things. It's awful. So wow, look at this, an actual competitor comes out and they make a decent city building game with City Skylines 1, and it was really good, even though it was kind of laggy at times. Honestly, the best reason why City Skylines 1 survived was because they had workshop support from day one. Like, having workshop support is such a, like, unironically, I think, like, a really big deal for creative-centric games. Like, having some form of a way for people to mod it. And City Skylines 2 did not have that, and City Skylines 2 not only was that, it was buggy, it was laggy, it's still kind of laggy. I think the game is in a much better spot today than it was like a year ago, and definitely compared to release. And I'm actually still actively playing City Skylines 2. I have like a city that I work on it on and off like for the past like couple months, and I just kind of touch on it whenever something strikes me as inspiration, and it's actually a lot of fun. But there's a lot of the city that I kind of need to tear down and redo, mostly the highway network, because if you take a look at the highway network, you'd be like, how is this thing functioning? And I'd be like, I am good at making things work by accident. Your hot take is that workshop support is how you maintain it. It is. No, I don't disagree. I do think that having workshop support helps a game's longevity. Here's an example. One, you need a good game base, right? You need a really good game base. And then if you have that and people are willing to make mods for it, you can make the game last very, very long. Darkest Dungeon is another example. Darkest Dungeon 2 is not as well received as Darkest Dungeon 1, but if you look at the workshop for Darkest Dungeon 1, there is so much content available for it. Like, whatever you want to do in Darkest Dungeon 1, like, there's a mod for almost everything. Even your favorite anime probably has, like, some kind of trinket mod or character mod, and it's pretty interesting. Also, we're running out of food very quickly. I think we'll only be up here for, like, maybe 2 more days, and we gotta go back to the surface. We're running out of food fast. Trying to see if we can maybe rip this Vaxstone chunks as quickly as possible. So hopefully we can get that done. That way we can at least make some... additional stuff. Also, we do need to get a Vax suit out here. I don't know, I think we made a spare. I need someone else out in space. Who else can, like, dig rocks? Oh, Boomhouse. Alright, we're gonna get Boomhouse out in space. Alright, put on the helmet, and then put on the vac suit. Okay, so now I'm allowing Boomhouse outside into space. That way I at least have another miner, because we gotta start digging. I need this dug up. There we go. Let's see. Human mod support sure when Rimworld had vibrant mod communities long before they came to Steam. Starbound had so much potential. Oh, Starbound. I also was into Starbound. I was one of those people that bought in early, like in the when it was like being crowdfunded, because I still think Starbound has a really good soundtrack, but honestly, for me, I just didn't like it very much, and I think part of that was I kind of learned I don't like the side-scroller survival game. So I never really liked Terraria, I never really liked Starbound ultimately in the end, but it is really kind of unfortunate how that game turned out. La Mulana? What is La Mulana? You know what? I backed a game a long time ago, and I'm still waiting for that game to come out. There was a visual novel I backed on Kickstarter. I think back in when I was still in college, so I think it was 2018 or 2019. It is now 2026. It's still not out. I have not seen an update on this project in forever. I don't think it's ever gonna come out. I think it's just like dead in the water forever. It's so tragic. I'm like, man, that's unfortunate. Well, actually, let's see. Yeah, so I'm gonna pull it up real fast. Okay, so I backed it. Last update was February 5, 2025. Good God. It's never coming out, I think, at this point. If I'm looking, I actually just pulled up the Kickstarter page real quick, and people are saying we're waiting for our updates. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this one person. Since backing this project initially, I've graduated from community college, got accepted into 4-year, had a short amateur boxing career, performed in a concert, got a bachelor's in science, started a band, went homeless, got a salaried job. Actually, wait, I have an idea. I know I'm in their Discord server. I should look at their Discord server. Oh, I'm gonna take a look. I think I'm still in it, unless they deleted the Discord server because oh, it's still there. Okay. Okay, so it's really funny because they're actually posting updates to Discord, which is kind of ridiculous. I'm like, listen, you need to post the updates onto Kickstarter so people actually know what in the world is going on. That is some... Okay. Yeah. I mean, I know exactly why the visual novel basically just didn't have any more updates. If you want to... I'm not going to tell you the name of the VN because it's really stupid, but the general concept is that, unfortunately, I think the developers ran out of money. They overpromised, and they ran out of money partway through development, and so they essentially sold the rights, I think, and everything about the project to another company for them to try to finish the project. And I don't know if they were ever... And they're still working on it, but the original development group is kind of, well, dead, essentially. Dead in the water. I will say that development group did actually make some other visual novels. Like, if you're ever interested in a visual novel about, I guess, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, they were the ones working on it. Or was this Panzer Models Tank Dating Simulator? So if that gives you any idea of like what kind of content to expect out of this visual novel. I thought it was funny as a concept, but I was in college. I was like, this is silly. Now I look at it, I'm like, I don't know if I would play this. Yeah. And I never did play it much when it released. Unfortunately, like, I back a lot of things, and I also don't play them often just because time or one other reason makes it difficult to find time to play some of these games. One example is I backed a board game a long time ago called... what is it called? I think it's called Save the Queen or something. 2-player board game. Unfortunately, never got a chance to play it. It's completely sealed, still in box, and it's still there. Just waiting for me to one day be like, I'm finally going to play this title. Also, where is my body parts storage? Okay. I think I said I was going to give Sun... No, who was I going to... Steve? We're going to give Steve a new spine. All right. Steve, you've earned the right to a new spine. Congratulations. Let's get you in here. And who else needed... Who needed the leg? I know someone was missing a leg. Was it Zeoposer? Yes, Zeoposer missing a leg. Alright, and then we're gonna give Zeoposer a brand new leg. On your right side. Okay, so let's get these two in here. You rest here, Steve rests there, and then let's get Alana ready to do some ovs. To basically spend the next 2 in-game days working on these poor souls, and hopefully it will be okay. Also, while we're doing this, we're gonna send you... You and you. We're gonna send these 3 into the cave again because the cave needs exploring. Alright, Steve gets a new body part. Okay, fantastic. And then Alana, in theory, is... Who's got the leg? What? Okay, please do the surgery now. Cannot install bionic leg. Wait. Oh, okay, there we go. So it was a sign. There we go. So now we can do this. Hopefully after these surgeries, these 3 will be even more powerful and can do even more fun things. We're going to explore... I guess we'll go this way. I think as long as Sun can hold the front, we can generally hold the line. Oh, geez, just so much to explore. More pits. I'm wondering if it's actually kind of worth keeping this underground area, or if I should just get rid of it once we're cleared out. Let's go down here. I'm wondering if it's worth keeping it, or if it's just better to be done with it. Thankfully, this is why we have funny maces. Just gonna let Steve or Sun explore a little bit. But yeah, that's just unfortunate reality of like backing projects on Kickstarter. You just have to be aware that not everything's gonna succeed, and more likely than not, a lot of your projects will just fail. Oh, hello. All right, I guess Sun has to hold the line while the other gunners try to move their way up here real quick. Let's switch to here's Mace. Yeah, the Mace is probably better in the long run. Let's get you here. Let's get you here. You can probably shoot around, and it'll be fine. I think his shield is still holding strong. Perfect. Look at this cooperation. Town, Starbound, Homeworld 3. Oh man, Homeworld 3. I remember that game. Homeworld 3 surely is one of the games of all time that definitely exists for some reason. They definitely tried their best to make a game. What a nice little game. These are it's an AKM. It is a custom variant of the AKM made by Alana for the NEKOGRAD colonies. They have a very sparkly anime particle effect. Yeah, it's all custom specifically for NEKOGRAD. So thank you to Alana for putting in the effort of making our waifu anime catgirl colony even more anime. I love it. I mentioned this before, but like I said, I'm a sucker for anything anime themed. If you tell me like a mod is anime themed, there's more than likely I will look at it. If you tell me a game is anime themed, I'll look at it. Why? I don't know. I have a tendency to just also bastardize every game I play with like anime mods. I think the only game I actually haven't done anything like that for is unironically Darkest Dungeon. I actually keep Darkest Dungeon relatively Darkest Dungeon looking. We're running out of food. We still have 74 units of food, so that's probably fine. Where is like the final treasure here? Is it in here? Oh my god, how much deeper do we have to go? How much deeper will we go? All right, how about you eat your food? Oh no, okay, you need to eat that. Let's grab, eat that. Yeah, it's a Apimiautic Kalashkinyakova Miaudernuni. I don't know how to pronounce that. That sounds awful. I'm terrible at saying that. Okay. There we go. Yeah, just pretend that the gun, I don't know, you can pretend it makes like meow, nice, cute anime sounds. All right, we're just gonna go back to the surface for now. I think this is the last area we need to explore, so we're just gonna go back up before we seal this off forever. We flee. All right, Steve is sad. I hope he's not gonna walk outside. It's the anesthetic that's causing it. I do need to use the restroom at some point too. Oh, we are running out of food. We have 3 days of meals left. As much as I wanted to get stuff done on this planet, I don't think we're gonna have an opportunity to do so. All right, these 3 can leave. I think we're just going to focus. Yeah, so what do we think? So as long as we get enough plasteel, what do we think? It is about 4 plasteel and 20 blocks. So about 1 plasteel and 5 vaxstone per panel. So as long as we have enough vaxstone, we're fine. The problem is we don't have a lot of vaxstone, and the only person that can really dig the rocks out is Garm, so we may need to wake Garm up and get cracking. Wish there was an easy way to dig out all this. Stuff takes forever to mine out, I swear. It's okay. This will be a lot easier once we get more surfaces set up. But a project is going to take a while. Eventually, we can make this fully self-sustaining. It's just not yet. Especially when you only have so many people that are allowed to go outside. It's like the other big problem too. So, at the very least we have this set up slightly. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna let the game run for a little bit. I do need to use the restroom, so hopefully nothing bad happens while I go do exactly that, and hopefully they can at least build stuff. At least this is not spitting out any more bugs. And then, yeah, we're not gonna get any oxygen in this yet. The new streak begins. Hi, Grimworld. Wait, when did you break the streak? Welcome back. All right. Let's see here. All right, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna let you go gawk at the ship from this angle, and hopefully they get things built. I'll return momentarily. Okay, so you all know the boomer shooter genre, right? Basically anything that I guess is like a Doom clone. Not modern Doom, but like the old Doom stuff, right? I have apparently discovered a very, I don't know how to describe it, cursed new genre of boomer shooter. And I guess the best way I could describe it would be Gooner boomer shooter, which is probably a very odd term, but hold on. I think the best way to do this is just show it. I just realized I have not been paying attention to the YouTube chat at all. Thank God no one's typed anything in there. Hold on. Can anyone explain to me why a boomer shooter needs... It's first person, right? That's kind of cool, but why do you need to look down and see the shaking of this? Why is this necessary? I was like, oh god, this is definitely a game now that I guess exists that appeals to a certain demographic, but I was just kind of surprised when I saw that. Oh my goodness, I'm just telling you, like, apparently there's multiple types of these types of games. First person, you get to see like your anime titties just hanging around, which appeals to some people. I just think it's like, huh, that's a thing that I guess exists. Oh my goodness. Can these panels not go here anymore? Why is all this stuff ending up on these random storage shelves? Please haul this back, please. This, and this. All right, that needs to get hauled back ASAP. You know, I just realized Garm's movement is also kind of penalized. They'll probably fix that at some point. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the surface. Reminds you of the game you heard about. What's the game? Oh wait, hold on. What else are we missing? Actually, you know what? Can we build a brainstem? We're still making vac suits. This is the last one. Do we have anything that we could do to fix the brain of Ray? I guess the only option is to make a brain stimmy. I don't really want to make a brain stimmy is the problem. It's so much effort. Need to find some other solutions. This old Jurassic Park game where you played a female character, you don't have a HUD, you had to check your health by looking at the tattoo on your bosom by looking down. Why? Who comes up with these mechanics? That's so stupid. It's like, ah yes, let me look at my voluptuous body to see what my health meter is. What is it too? Is it like a succubus tattoo that they just put on your boobs? I don't know. The Doom boomer shooter that came out, Bolt Gun, is on your radar. You maintain it's not a Doom clone, but it's a Quake clone. You know, difference makes it... I don't really care about the difference particularly. They're fairly similar in type anyways, but I did see a lot of people playing Bolt Gun, and it seems kind of neat. It's not my type of game. Quite frankly, I'm not terribly fond of the boomer shooter genre. I know there's a lot of people that really like it, but quite frankly, I am not the target demographic for the boomer shooter. I am, unfortunately, a very bland individual who prefers my modern shooty game. Also, hi Garm, how are you? Garm, you should have seen Auxilia's stream. He was going for like 9 hours. Absolute insanity. It was crazy, to say the least. Can we also... I think we just leave this up here. Should be fine. Okay, Xanth is hungry. That's fine. I don't care if Xanth's hungry. Let him starve. I think we're gonna go back to the surface soon. We're running out of food anyways. Yeah, he was going on for like 9 hours. It was absolutely insane. Because I peeked in before I went live, and he was going for 8 hours already. And then I peeked in, and then he raided in like around 1 hour into this stream, which meant he was going for 9 hours. Absolutely crazy stuff, I tell you what. Sounds about right. I don't know how we can pull that off. I can't stream that long. I would die. All right, I think we have enough that we could probably make a decent amount of... Oh, let me do some math real quick. How many Vaxstone blocks do I have? So 60 plus 75 plus 75 plus 75 plus 75 leaves us 360. Divide that by 5. So we get 72 panels with the amount of Vaxstone I have. That's enough for a small expansion, but not really as much as I would like, I think, is the problem. So... can I survive one more day in space before we have to go back to the surface? I think realistically we can. If we just focus hard on mining Vaxstone, we can probably just dig out just a little bit more before we have to commit. And I think that's exactly what we're going to do. I just want to get as much chunks as we can. 3 chunks gets me, what, 15? Something along those lines. You get a little bit. Probably just enough to make more panels. Yeah. But yeah, how are you, Garm? Hopefully you're having a fun evening. Don't worry, I'm gonna play your horse game tomorrow, because I know you've been asking me to play that, and I know it's been actually a fairly popular option on the polls. Actually, the other thing, I did put Prison Architect on the polls the other day, because I actually kind of want to try Prison Architect again. I played it a long time ago, not on stream, but I used to play it a little bit with Ray, and we had fun with it. So I figured, okay, why don't I give, you know, Prison Architect another shot, you know, just to see how fun it is today. And there's a lot of DLC for the game. Although the more unfortunate part, I don't know if anyone pays attention to this, is that Prison Architect 2 has just been perpetually I don't know if it's ever going to come out at this rate. That game is just forever, I don't know how to describe it, just being in development hell, because it's another Paradox game that's just, I guess, stuck in limbo. And at this rate, it'll probably just be in limbo forever, and that's a little unfortunate for anyone who likes the game. Maybe one day it'll be free, but for now, I don't think it's happening anytime soon. Let's call this in. I think that should be enough to at least get stuff done. We are running out of food quickly, so once we get these panels in, we're gonna go back to the surface. Get the plasteel while we're at it. It's 100 something plasteel. Almost everyone's got tattered apparel. I'm always curious, what do people normally do when their gear is starting to deteriorate? Do you just like burn it, or do you actually repair it? Or do you standardize your gear materials? I think that's what I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. I don't know how to standardize all of this. Like, we should probably standardize everyone's pants. Everyone's got it made out of leather or cloth or all sorts of other things. We actually can grow cloth. I do have your repair thing, Alana, but the problem is I don't, like, all the gear's not standardized. Oh, okay, gotcha. Did not think about that. Alright, let's get to the surface. I think we're done here. I think what we're gonna do is that there is that quest. We're just gonna land at the quest marker, the mechanoid relay. I think we can probably survive. We're generally strong enough to, I think, fight off most things. I know I say that now and I'm probably gonna regret it, but it's mostly true. Alright, it's either that or we land at the intercepted message, but I think this is fine. The only thing I don't like is that it's in a glacier, which means food is probably going to be a little few and far between. Should be fine, I think. Yeah, it's fine. We'll give it a shot. I'm sure we'll be okay, probably, maybe. This station is slowly coming together. It's just, again, I think once we're able to get the main exterior of the facility set up, we can then vacuum out, we can put atmosphere in the rest of it. Standard for 2 clothes to have 2 sets of placement ready anytime to get tattered. Oh, you know, it's not a bad idea. I used to run a mod where you could turn old clothes into, like, nano repair thing. Not from Eccentric Tech, but it was like a different mod, and it was like, it just created like a generic fuel that you could just use on all beds to automatically repair gear as you slept. It was kind of nice, but it definitely was a little overpowered. Yeah, nanotech, that's the one. I think you were actually the one that recommended it to me at some point. You know, it was fun. I actually liked it a lot. It's not good for my colonies. Is it because there's too much? They made a new settlement in the tundra. Interesting choice. All right, let's see what we can find over here. We're going here because I want the panels. I'm basically, most of my projects are, I need panels, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get more panels. Oh my god, wait, can I not fit here? Okay, there we go. I fit in here just ever so slightly. Okay, that's fine. There is like a singular Cyclops over there, and a bunch of small things here that don't matter. And there's actually a decent amount of animals that we can just hunt down for food. Perfect. Oh, right, the constant ticking. That was the other problem. That's right. Which other mentioned that when everything's set full 2 sets. I should probably do that at some point. I've been meaning to do like a closet reorganization, but I've not had a chance to do that as well. Also, since this does not get built, I need to now order this to be built. So let's do that real quick. Grav ship, substructure. We're just gonna go. This needs to go to 18. And then it goes here. Okay, then we cancel that. And then we fill in the void here. Should be fine. Okay. First things first, we're gonna kill that Cyclops up there. Now, I'm pretty sure since it's asleep, I can just grab a bunch of people with some heavy guns, and we can probably just beat it to death. I think as long as you send like a melee fighter up there, you can probably just rip it apart. We'll do that, then we'll head south. There's what, a single Cyclops? Yeah, that's fine. Or pikemen, that's fine. And then we'll kill all these deer for food. I'm just gonna do my favorite strategy of have one person walk up to it. There we go. And then maybe you want to switch to buckshots, buddy. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to make EMP rounds. I should probably do that. All right, let's go down the other side real quick. Let's just go down here. Basically, again, try to complete as much as this is possible so we don't have to worry. I think I have access to EMP rounds, don't I? Where's my loading bench? It's this one here. We do. What is the shotgun ammunition that we're using? Okay, 2375. So we'll just make a batch. We'll make 2 batches of this. Should be fine. That is expensive, by the way. I do like the repair while you're asleep, and I do like how it looks. It's just in a lot of the colonies we do recently, there's just no room to put those, the really cool cabinets, which is a little bit of a shame. It'd be nice to have them, but there's just no room right now. This will be nice to finally expand this out, and then we'll expand over here too, since we should have enough panels for this. I've been meaning to get a small expansion. This is basically to expand the freezer. This is all for freezer expansion. If I'm willing to let all this land near me, they'll give me 42 goodwill. Yeah, no thanks. That doesn't sound fun. I think I'm good. I don't want to deal with that. That seems like a lot of effort. Also, how's our child, Umi? Umi's getting a little better at stuff, but I don't know how to get that growth rate higher. We gotta make a classroom. I think our next goal is, at least if we keep collecting children, we need to give them a classroom of some kind so that they can actually find some work. Alright, just let Sun, like, interrupt this. Cool. Hit the next one down here. You hit this, and then you shoot this one. These two get down here. Okay, Kefir actually got hit, unfortunately. Okay. Cool, alright, problem solved, undraft, and then let's kill everything. These will all die, that'll die. I guess those will die. Definitely all these small animals will die. Perfect, and then I need to start ordering all these. Auto-hack these, and then we should be good to go. Alright. I do need to get more water soon. I am drinking a lot of water today. What was I talking about before I disappeared? Oh, right. Video games and, like, Sims and stuff. None of those quests, you wait until the quest nearly expires, then it's about time to move, take your quest, wait until the threat lands, you take off, no one says you have to stay to deal with it. I think you do actually have to deal with it, don't you? I thought you have to deal with it, and that, or else it doesn't count as completion. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, right, The Sims, that's what we were talking about earlier. You know what's really funny? I remember, like, a long time ago, there was rumors that they were making a Sims mobile, and not like the really bad one that's out there, but they wanted to make like a brand new Sims mobile title where the whole purpose was to, what if we made The Sims but we included microtransactions in every aspect of the game? You wanted this cool bit of furniture? You better pay money for it. Oh, you want to recharge your energy? You better pay money for it. I'm like, wait a second, they already made this as like The Sims mobile. I don't know what it is. It's just, I wish EA would just, I mean, obviously, like, they're beholden to their shareholders and they want to maximize profit over all things. But man, as someone who actually does like some of the EA franchises, it does suck. I like Battlefield a lot. Like, I think Battlefield is probably like my #1 played shooter game of all time. And the sheer amount of abuse that franchise goes through every cycle is just crazy. Like, they hit highs with Battlefield 3, 4, and 1. And then they hit 5 and it was just... It was a good game at its core, but the content drip feed was so bad. And then they went to... What was it? Then they went to 2042, and I basically should have didn't buy that until it was on sale, like way later down the line. And it's just so rough as someone who enjoys the franchise. They're fighting with the military-industrial complex to become the worst company in existence. It really feels like it. Like, legitimately, it feels like they're fighting for who can be the worst company to exist. And it's like, and ultimately, who loses? I'll tell you what, it's the consumer. 16, this goes to 16. Yeah, we, the consumers, are the ones that lose in the end, and it sucks. So what can you do, right? You just kind of have to roll over and kind of accept it. Oh, I know what I'm missing. Hold on. Because I forgot this is supposed to be a hallway, right? So this needs to go up to 18. This goes up to 18. So that means it's going to be the hallway. And then I can try to come up with a spot to... I think I might turn this either into a classroom or into a small closet. It's one of the two. Right now I'm kind of leaning towards possibly making this like the other closet for clothes. Because right now this is our weapons rack room. A lot of weapons in here, but they're kind of haphazardly scattered. Also need to like finalize weapons. For example, I think there's a decent amount of, I think there's like one or two other gunners here. Like Rare Pickle needs a gun. He's got a laser rifle, but I don't really want him to use that. I'm gonna assign him. I think he gets a, he gets the SMG. I like having people with the funny SMG weapons. Those are fun. There we go. And I may have trapped one of our pawns. That's not ideal again. That's fine. We'll be able to free themselves with this. Yeah, it's EA, the military-industrial complex, and Microsoft. Did you see what was happening with Microsoft? I basically hired someone who has zero experience in the gaming industry, and their entire portfolio is working as, like, for AI companies, and I'm pretty sure Xbox as a brand is gonna die within the next few years. Oh yeah, if you love Xbox, your time is over. It's all over for you if you were a big Xbox person. Your favorite company is being subsumed by a AI. I don't want to say grifter, but it is someone who basically prioritizes AI over all else, which is a significant shame, I think. I think that's a huge shame for anyone that just like loved this stuff back in the day. Oh shoot, we're out of food again. Oh, hello, yeah, we're out of food. All right, we're gonna grab you, and you. Let's get everyone out here. I'm gonna park all these guys out here, get Ray and Rare Pickle out here too. Basically, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spread them out like this, and then I'm gonna press the funny button that says Drafted Hunt. And then I'm just gonna start shooting down every animal in existence. There we go. Kill them all. And then we're just gonna do the same thing over here. We're just gonna move up. Start executing all these animals. Hopefully we don't friendly fire. Alright, look at that. Now we've got dinner. That should feed us for quite some time. Another thing I need to do is I need to build a better research lab. I've been meaning to put a research lab somewhere. And I am out of Gravlite panels, which means we need to manufacture more, which means I need someone to sit here and make more panels with whatever material we have sitting around. Alright. But thankfully this quest should give us a decent amount of them. We just gotta hack these, which is gonna take some time because we... Oh wait, I know what's going on. I forgot to let people out of the ship again. It keeps happening. That has potential. You're not AI against technology, kind of free to condemn the methodology gives the AI potential as the companies. I mean, that's the thing. Everyone just wants to race for the money. And unfortunately, a lot of companies have put a lot of money into AI. To the point where our entire economy and global society operates on whether or not all of the AI companies will make money. I'm not really going to get into it, but I think there is an argument for AI as a technology. It's the way that it's being presented and to the average person that I have a huge issue with, where essentially everyone has to put money into like all these AI companies because that's what the economy runs on nowadays. But should these companies fail, the losses of the companies, of these like AI startups and whatever, are basically going to be borne by society as a whole. But if they succeed and make a ton of money, the profits are going to be completely, consolidated by the ones who own the companies. What's the saying? Privatized profits, but socialized losses. That's essentially what we're getting at. That's the biggest issue that I have. That's one of the biggest issues that I have with it. And yes, it's very unethical. I don't like using AI art, anything. AI, one of the biggest things, I complained about this before. I hate looking at art and having to play a guessing game of is this AI or not. That is probably like one of the things that I hate the most about what's going on now. Because I'll be browsing social media and I'll be like, wow, that's a really cute piece of art of a character that I really like. Let me like it. And then I go check their profile. It's like, oh, it was AI. It was AI. And I'm just like, why? I hate it so much. Like, I have to keep checking every single account before I press the like button. And it's just like, ugh. It's rough. It really is just rough. Has been probably poisoned by it really has been poisoned by AI generated art, and like there's no going back. Like Pandora's box has been opened. AI art is basically here to stay forever, and we have no choice but to essentially live with it from now. We live with it from now on, and it's a shame. It really is a shame. Okay, two options. I can expand the kitchen and have 2 cooks, or I can have 1 cook, and then I can turn this into a classroom over here. I think we're gonna do that because I do need a classroom anyways. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna move this here. I'm gonna deconstruct this, put this over, put this here, and then we're gonna deconstruct this wall, and then this wall needs to be deconstructed, and then I think actually, no, I have an idea. I don't think you need that much room for a classroom, right? I think something like this is fine. And then over here as well, we need to expand this out a bit, so... Ooh, that's really tight for a classroom. Is that appropriate size for a classroom for a young child to be educated in? I don't know. Let's find out. I don't know if it is. AI will die out and be coincide to die in the fringe of the internet. I mean, that's what we... Okay. I'm not gonna be doom and gloom, but we want AI art to die. I think a lot of society doesn't care. Is the unfortunate reality of it. Okay? I want AI art to die in a blazing fire. But I think a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, look, I can take our family photo and make us into a Ghibli picture. And I'm just like, oh, why? Hello, Boomhouse, how are you, comrade? Welcome aboard. Also, hi, Marksman, how are you? I saw Interest yelling at you yesterday, which was kind of funny. Okay, there we go. We can build this out, I think. Build this part out, Garm. Are we still hacking this? Okay, this one's almost done. I guess Santh will finish this up, and hopefully we send another researcher down here. Okay, so this one's done. We just need to get the last one done. There's negative connotation. These AIM companies are used to it. That is true. Like, there is a huge amount of negative connotation, but you have to remember, ultimately, in the end, what wins? It's not your feelings. For these companies, what wins is your money. So, you know, stop. Oh, jeez. Did I mess this up? What did I do wrong? Wait a second. Oh, did I do this wrong? Hold on. I think I might have not put in the correct amount of tiles. 19. Oh, okay. I am short 1 tile. Perfect. Okay, so we should hopefully make more grab light panels. I think we have the materials for it. Oh, yeah, because I assumed you were used to be like a DeviantArt, like premium subscriber of some kind, right? All right, here we go. So now we're gonna tick this down to -9C, and then we're gonna fill this floor. Oh, we don't have any chunks out here, do we? Okay. Also, I don't know why this cargo pod full of simple meals dropped in. We're gonna grab that. Oh, I think we completed it. Is that it? Okay, so 1 more hour, and then this thing will complete, and then we are done with our little side objective here. We'll kill the woolly mammoths before we leave. There's a lot of food to be had. Okay. I think this room actually needs a secondary cooler, so I think we'll just plop down another one of these things, and that should be fine. Also need to run more power lines. I've been kind of ignoring that. Our ship's power system is just a bit of a disaster, so let's just expand that. And then over here is fine. Okay. So we get the Butlerian Jihad. Or that's how you end up with a 40k servitors, right? Okay. Destroyed to obtain a grav core. Okay. Cool. Where is Sun? Time to get Sun out here and beat this thing to death. Also, I need to make more grenades. I am running out of standard grenades. I really need to start setting this, like, make until I have X. Okay, should not be too difficult. And there's the core. More importantly, there's the panels. It's another, like, what, 100 panels? Let's grab that real quick. Perfect. Okay, so at least that lets us expand the ship a little bit more. Because I think there's a lot of here that need to be fleshed out. Perfect. Then grab how it's going to do the power lines, and that should be good. I actually am running out of backstone blocks again. So that's the main reason we're running into issues. We at least have a lot of power because of the stupid grav core power coil. This thing is like overpowered. This thing produces so much electricity. And I have like all these other ones too that are making lots of electricity. This thing makes 5k, this thing makes 9220 or 1920. And then obviously we have the solars and the 2 wood fire. I think I can actually get rid of the wood gens. I don't think I need these anymore. This is valuable space that we need for other things, so I'm gonna get rid of this. We no longer require the services of these items. Okay, so then at the very least should be able to expand out like this. And then how do I actually build a beautiful little classroom? What do you actually need for children's education in Rimworld? Because it's a mechanic we seldom interface with. Okay, so let's see. So Umi is about 7, so you probably need a... Okay, so a school desk, right? You need a school desk. Ooh, it's a really tight classroom. How does this work? Oh, is this... Maybe that's not actually big enough. Okay, hold on. Where's the blackboard? Okay. Okay, so that's probably okay. Not big enough? Okay, I kind of figured it's probably not big enough. Trying to think then, how would I design this? I think if you expand it out like... That's 3, so you do need a 3 tile. Okay. I think I could also put the classroom over here. So you need 3 tiles essentially wide. Another thing too is I need to make another room for a bigger research lab. The research lab right now is really tiny. So I'd like to make another spot for a larger one that I can fit an Aurora core and other things, and like a factory research terminal and everything I need for one person to just research really fast. Maybe 2. So let me think. If I take this entire section of the ship, I could probably fit an Aurora core and then the multi-analyzer, expand this out. I have 153 panels. That's feasible, right? We can definitely expand over here, but I also need to make sure that there is a hallway path that will lead straight up as well. Oh wait, hold on. I know what I can do. Wait a second. I'm overthinking this. Let's... Okay, here's my thinking. Here's my thinking. I can actually relocate all this. Oh, this thing is 3 tiles wide. Dang it. I need a smaller one. There's no smaller one. Okay, this is a big... Okay, this is a 3. Oh wait, no, I think it's actually fine. Here we go. I can actually move this entire production room into this tiny corridor, and it's okay. So we're gonna do exactly that. And then this room will become the classroom. And then I need to design a hallway that leads up here that we can... I'm not gonna keep this as the permanent spot for the shuttle. Actually, wait, I forgot I can sell stuff. Wait a second. Yeah, we can just sell things. I have money. We can have money. All right, let's load this bad boy up. What do I not care about? Get rid of the dusters. We don't really wear those. Can we get rid of the L-Tex robe? We don't really care about that. Throw on basically all of our leathers that we don't use. Keep the blue for the... Actually, no, sell the blue for that's fine. Hair skin. Keep the double strand cloth and hyperweave. Let's load that up. And that should be okay. Yeah, I kind of don't like how I designed this specific area, but I'm already a little too invested in this, so I guess we're committed. And we'll see what we can do about this. Okay. So now that we have this room can be the classroom. So if my understanding is right, we can put in a school desk, which fits 2 people to be educated. And we done like this. So can you do... Does it have to be like a little bit of space, or can I just cram it like really tight? Actually, wait. We have metal. I want the ship to be made out of metal stuff. Or do I put it back like 1 tile here? I guess it makes more sense to be like this. And you can put a school chair, a nice little school chair, 1, 2, and then I guess multiple blackboards. So you do something like smart boards. I guess these have to be made out of wood, which is kind of interesting. So 1, 2. I guess that's probably fine. If I move it up, then I can probably put a 3rd, but that's fine. I think it's okay. We'll see how well this pans out. So at least we'll have a classroom, and then if I can move all the research items somewhere else, that'd be great. We also need more water, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build more water generators. These things do eat up a decent chunk of power, but we are perpetually in need of water anyway, so let's at least standardize our water system. And that'll make the ship not look nice and pretty. Look at this. Isn't it great, the power of just putting it all together? This is the reason we have to be on the ground. Also, we're going to kill these woolly mammoths. Mastodons. Perfect. You know what a mastodon is? It's called food. We're going to kill it. Also, I think mechanoids are supposed to drop soon, so we probably want to leave soon. It is the power of friendship. I believe in the power of friendship. Do you? God, every time I watch anime and the characters are just like, if I believe in my friends, they'll help me defeat you. I trust them with my life. Stuff like that. Okay. Perfect. We killed them fast enough. I got really scared that they were about to start goring like one of these pawns, but thankfully they didn't, so that'll be okay. This thing is still being filled up with all the materials. That's okay. Got a lot of leathers we need to start ripping through anyways, and that's fine. Belt-fed machine guns. Speaking of belt-fed machine guns, I do need to start adding security to the ship. I've been meaning to start adding like a security ring because the ship is actually fairly wide. My plan was if I go all the way wide, you can probably do like an outermost ring, and that'll probably be enough to keep there'll probably be enough to provide security for most of the ship, if that makes sense, right? We could do like a ring of turrets here, ring of turrets around here and up here as well, and maybe we'll throw in a few, you know, laser guided missiles at some point. I do like my Tomahawk missile setup, which we don't have right now, but we will at some point. All right, there we go. Here's this room. Here's our little classroom. Okay, so hopefully, I don't really know how this works, but how do we educate a child? So Steve's priority is to care for a baby or child, which means Steve is probably going to educate Umi when necessary, which thankfully we have this room now. So where's Umi? So how does this work? Can I order Umi to be educated, or no? I cannot. Okay, so I guess they just do it automatically. You just can't force upon to be like, educate me, please. A bit of a shame. Oh my god, look at all those mastodons. We could probably kill the elks down here. God, when I look at Rimworld's animals, they're so funny to look at. They're just blobs. Oh, right, the other thing we need to do. Okay, so this room. How am I gonna design the hallway? Oh, we're being raided. Lamau XD, I'm out of here. Bye. I'm not dealing with this. Where do we want to fly to? We have enough food to go back into space. 120 meals. We have okay amounts of meat. I don't think I want to do it yet. I think we want to stay on the ground a little bit more. Yeah, we need steel anyways. All right, the question is, where do we want to land? Junkyard, abandoned colony. Oh, what's in a junkyard? An old dumping ground for various kinds of junk. Let's see. Increase ancient chem fuel factory. Increase pollution, like with an island. Probably being near the mountains is the highest chance of getting more minerals. Or let's see, extreme pollution. God, there's so much pollution. Abandoned colony. Silver ore rich, ancient smoke vent, river, and sandy. I think if we're just near the ocean or a river, that's probably the best option. Because then you can just order someone to... So it's a mountainous, sunny archipelago. You can just order... You can just fish for food. Alternatively... What do we have here? Lake with an island. Sunny coastal island. Actually, you know what? Why don't we go to a temperate forest? We haven't been in a temperate forest in a while. Ancient garrison. Lake with island. Ruins. Caves and pond. Let's go to... Let's see. I don't know where I want to land. There's so many choices. I'm getting choice paralysis on where to actually continue our adventure. I think we're gonna go Foggy Pond, Mountain Lake with an island, Caribou habitat, increased animal life, cliffs, fog. Yeah, sure, that seems fine. All right, we'll go as long as we're within close range of our main base. Oh, choose a landing site. I thought I clicked it. Oh, it unselected when I went up into space. Okay. I guess the tundra. Why is there so much tundra on this map? It basically goes from tundra to desert, and there's, I guess, an okay band of temperate forest, but it's not as much as you'd like. Ancient uplink. Ruins. You know what? Let's go... Let's go here. This one seems fine. Large hills, lots of stuff to maybe find. I want to get away before we have to fight them. While we probably could kill them, I'd rather just minimize the risk of us actually having to fight them off. Yep, bye. Easy enough. Wait. What are those backpacks made out of? Why are they red? Oh, man. I'm excited to play more Menace at some point. I'm still debating what I'm going to do on... What was it? Thursday. I think I will do a poll, but my guess is people might want to see more Menace. I actually like Menace a lot. I've been playing an okay amount of it off stream too, but again, I'm still trying to see if I can wait until... I don't want to get too far without seeing the super stuff on stream. I also did see people have actually started making mods for the game. You can make a custom leader now. You can't code your own custom personal perks, but if you're willing to just eat the other perks of other characters, you can just create a fully functioning character. Maybe without the model, and you'll have to just use another character's model, but I'm kind of impressed that we've already gotten this far, considering there's no official workshop support yet. Although, they do plan on getting workshop support, I believe, on Menace. I just wish that game didn't let the AI cheat. It's like my biggest gripe with every strategy game ever in existence is we're like, hey, we're just gonna let the AI have, like, total knowledge of what you're doing. I'm like, no, stop. I don't want that. I want the AI to be confined to the same struggles that I, the player, must also contend with. And yeah, you can argue that, like, oh, but then it's too easy for the player. No. How can I set up ambushes if the AI always knows where I'm at? You know, how can I ambush the enemy if they always know? And that's the problem. All right, we're going to destroy this one because... actually, no, this is fine. For now, I'm just going to leave this as is until I can figure out the rest. Okay, so what do I need to do first? First, we need to get all the compacted steel. Let's get this. Let's get that real quick. I have 150 tiles in which to expand. I have enough vac stone to maybe do a couple more expansions beyond that. Oh, no, trust me. I'm well aware that it's very difficult. I'm complaining for the sake of complaining. That's really what it is. I'm a complainer. I'm a complainer of the highest caliber. That's not a good thing, by the way. Okay, so how do I actually expand the ship? I'm trying to think how I want to make this bigger. Griping in moderation is good. If you do it too much, people are gonna not take you seriously anymore. Okay, so what I'm thinking is that I can put a research lab over here. Probably. Yes, also while we're here, I'm just gonna order the execution of basically every single animal out here. all of these must perish. Maybe not the bear. The bear can live, but all these other animals, because there's so much here, need to die. One, so that my game can run a little faster. God, I'm so glad we don't have people buying a bajillion rats. Remember when that was a thing? When people were buying rats every time we played this for some reason? Everyone was just like, yeah, so anyways, how about the rats? Can you handle the rats, Professor? No, I can't handle the rats. Stop buying rats. It was insane. Actual insanity. Okay, so if I do this, and again, I'm basically designing this ship entirely off of vibes. It's called griefing a streamer. I can't believe people would just go out there and grief streamers. How could they do this? That's so mean. How could they ever grief a streamer? Streamers don't deserve this. Streamers are actually no. VTubers deserve to be abused. If you've seen the things that I've seen on social media, the average VTuber deserves to be bullied. I have seen some very interesting thing. They know exactly what they're doing. Oh, trust me, I know what they're doing. Yeah, oh yeah, the average, I know people buying a billion rats know what they're doing. That's why we don't let people buy a million rats anymore, because I don't want to deal with it anymore. Just do this, that should be fine. It should be an okay expansion, I hope. Hopefully I can build the research room over here, and then what I'm gonna do here is I want this to be a closet eventually, because I'm gonna move these vac barriers. These vac barriers are not where I want them to be. We may also need to invest in multi-layered vacuum systems. I just haven't got around to doing that yet. Like having multiple vac barriers is probably a good way to ensure we survive long term. But there's a billion projects here that need work, so I'll just wait until everyone gets a chance to do the building that needs to be done. This too also must be expanded. Look at all this meat. Look at all the schmeat here. What I'm gonna do is I think I'm just gonna build more of these shelves. Yes, I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna copy this and just build like 1, 2, 3. I think what I wanted to do initially was I was going to put like a grav ship crate. Actually, you know what? Not a bad idea. I'm just gonna put a really fat crate right in there. Restore metric tons of meat. We will never run out of food ever again. I hope, realistically, we probably will run out of food, but we can pretend we're gonna not run out of food. These things all need to be moved. You need to move this. Okay, and then this needs to be moved over there too, and then that will all get sorted out at some point, because we're having like a lot of vac suits just kind of scattered around randomly. And then in here, I don't know where to put the door yet for now, but I guess we'll do here. Let's expand the floor out. Like, I think like this is fine. Actually, no, expand it one more. No. Yes, okay. We're actually going to add a curve to the ship now. I have been wanting to add curves to this thing for so long. I think it's about time that we tried. We should probably go back into space at some point, too. I've been kind of ignoring that. We'll get around to doing it at some point. Alright, who else is missing body parts? Let's see. Okay, so we're researching network shields. I think the next thing we're going to do is try to get, neurological treatment would be ideal, but synthetic organs is the next thing, which will allow us to make various other bits and pieces. Synthetic repair, and then neurological treatment. Neurocure framework, we're probably not going to be able to pull off, though, due to the cost of this, needing MAAI chips, and Glitter World Medicine and MAAI chips require Persona cores, and guess what we don't have? Persona core. Wait, just kidding, we can make this out of advanced components. So I think that's fine. We actually do have a way, we have a clear path to making Rei no longer brain damaged, so that she's no longer suffering from zoomer brain rot, and that should be a good thing. We're gonna how hard is it to make a text replacement mod? Can I rename brain damage to his brain rot? Is that a thing that you can do? Is that allowed? It seems stupid, but now I'm kind of curious if that's a thing that I can do. How did I get into this topic? Oh, right. Yeah, the VTuber thing. I really should stop paying attention to like VTuber drama, but I'm just so enamored by like reading what people are up to on social media. There's always something stupid going on. But I also don't want to name names. I should not name names. There's a reason why I'm very much I stay in my own corner of society, of the VTuber sphere. I always think like I like being a VTuber in the sense that I can be an anime girl on the internet, despite obviously being a guy in real life. But I also am aware that, man, I am not writing that. I don't know how to refund you your points, but I'm not typing that onto Twitter. Sorry, that one I'm actually rejecting. That's actually a hard no from me, fam. Sorry. Okay, so I should probably add. I need to figure out how I'm gonna layer the research lab in here. Soup. Okay, sure. That's fine. But yeah, but I'm not gonna do the gossip one. I don't want people to think I'm like a gossip degenerate. Oh, that's such cute art though. Man, see, I keep seeing new cute art, and I'm just like, I gotta make sure this is not AI art. Ugh. All right. Tweet. Redeem. Oh, what is happening? Wolverine is hunting Umi. Oh no! The child is under attack. I don't know if Umi can make it. Umi, you need to run. You're about to get mauled to death by this Wolverine. Oh no. Okay, let's get Alana out here. Get over here. We need to. Oh no! Oh no! Come on. Intercept? Okay. Okay, can Alana get here fast enough to tend to the poor child? Okay, Alana's here. Alright, tweet redeem by... I don't know what, Sand... What is your... Here we go. So how are you doing, Infodave? What do you mean, how do you do it? Umi lives. Why don't you rescue? I think that's enough to rescue Umi. We've gone through like 15 different names, okay, is all I'm gonna say. I'm like trying to remember which one is which. Alright, Umi lives. Alright, that was rough. No major permanent issues. You're at the dentist? Good God, why are you at the dentist? Are you also running into teeth problems? Does every Filipino just run into a bajillion teeth problems? Is that just how it works now? Okay, here we go. I need to also wall this up with a steel auto door for now. Until I can figure out how to do this. That needs to be sealed, and then over here... we're just gonna try to... Is this big enough for a research lab? Hold on. Oh. If you do exactly this size, you have enough space to put one Aurora core and one multi-analyzer, but that's it. Now the factory... So I would need at least another 2 tiles. This is not big enough. I think I just have to make it deeper. I think I just make this deeper. I think that's probably fine. Let's try this. Let's try this size. That might be okay. The demo, which game? Let's see here. I think I saw the demo that you had posted, but I haven't actually played the thing. Dig in. Yes, I did see this. I may consider this at some point. It looks pretty neat. I've actually been playing some of the demos from the Steam Next Fest. I played this one game called 33 Immortals, and it's actually a lot of fun. It's like, what if someone took Hades and made it a 33-player battle royale co-op boss fight, like raid simulator? It is actually a really cool concept. And I've been actually having a lot of fun with it. The only problem is that the demo, I think they limit you to like playing 6 hours only. And I'm like, man, I want to play more of this. It looks so interesting. I actually played it, and it's actually a lot of fun. I did see Wanderberg. Wanderberg is like, I was like, wow, someone just made medieval mortal engines, and I love it. I need to play the demo at some point. I think Wanderberg has a demo. Let me double check. It might not. Maybe I'm crazy. Yeah, it does have a demo as part of the Next Fest. I need to play this. It looks hilarious. Yes, 33 Immortals has a demo on Steam, and I played like an hour or 2 of it. A lot of fun. Is it? I don't know. It says it's early. Wait, maybe it's a different game. What is it called? No, it is 33 Immortals. It's not out yet. It comes out this year. There's a demo on Steam, and the demo lasts until March 2nd. You may play up to 6 hours of the game. 33-player raid simulator. I love big battle games, okay? And if you tell me a game is basically, what if they turned the Final Fantasy XIV raids or raids like that into a multiplayer experience, I'll be very happy. Let's get synthetic organs next. Oh, did she stream it? Okay. It's fun. I had fun playing it, the demo. Why is everyone going back inside? Have we killed all the animals on the map yet, or are we still hunting? Yes, hunt down the creatures. Perfect. All right, Kefir's sad, though. Why is Kefir sad? Everyone is sad in the colony again. Why? All right, we don't have that temple room yet. The ship is getting a little unwieldy. Oh, last November. I think they had a demo back then, but there's another demo now. Is why it's relevant again. That's probably what's going on. You know what we need to do? I think I know what I have to do. I'm gonna remove... How do I remove items off of this? Is there no way to remove... I guess there's no way to remove the NEKOGRAD uniforms off of these once they're on there. That's super odd. Oh, here we go. They need to allow removing items so they can remove the things that are not appropriate to their character. That's fine. Yeah, it is getting a Steam release and it's quite nice. I played it and I'm having so much fun playing the demo. Really excited to see it in like in its full glory. Okay, this is at least sealed. That's fine. This room is at least sealed. That's fine. To only get that city building scratch itch. Well, I could recommend... Well, I don't know what the new city builders are. Actually, let me see. I did wishlist a bunch of items on Steam a while ago, but I haven't had a chance to play some of them, and I have no idea where my Steam went. Let's see here. What's out? I have not touched the Minecraft server in a little bit. I've just had no time to play Minecraft, honestly. Oh, City State Metropolis is a city builder that I am looking forward to, and probably streaming it at some point if my PC can handle it. It's city builder, looks very nice. I believe it's an indie developer. Timberwolf is hunting Kefir. Where's Kefir? Kefir is down and dying. There's a lot of very angry and hungry wolves out here. Now we gotta go save them. Let's go get you out there. Anya's over here, so I guess these two will go and save the poor guy. Why does Anya move slow? All right, you get set up. Okay. Perfect. All right, you'll survive, probably. All right. Wait, there's a JR East game? What do you mean? Wait, hold on. What JR East game? If I type in JR East, am I going to find it? Is it the JR East a simulator? The one that's literally just a YouTube video that goes forward and backwards? Or like a video file that goes forward and backwards while you control the train? I saw that MangaDex made a statement, but I haven't read it yet. But they're basically confirmed to be going corpo and becoming like a legitimate manga service, I think, is the plan, right? I saw it. I think we all saw the writing on the wall. I'm basically moving all of my subscription, like all the things, my follow list off of MangaDex now, which is a huge shame. It's a huge shame that this is what's happening to it, but that's how piracy ultimately ends up. Yeah, I've seen this game. I've seen this. The only thing I didn't really bother buying this is that, one, it's $23. Okay? And the DLC for this is crazy. Hold on. Let me show this on stream for anyone who's curious. Yeah, Crunchyroll. They're basically going to do the Crunchyroll route. The DLC for this game is crazy, by the way. I just want to point this out. So if you don't know, it's a train simulation game, right? Where you go through a route and it plays a very high resolution video as you're driving, essentially. So it's not this is not a 3D render of, you know, Japan. It's literally a video that you're kind of going forward and backwards through as you're driving your train. At least that's my interpretation of what this is. But oh my god, so the base game is $23, okay? And it's basically the JR East line, or I believe it's probably the Yamanote line. Okay, so base gets you okay, hold on, let's see here. Let me pause the game real fast. Because Ray's about to get murdered by another thing. So you need to rescue here. And where's Ray? I'm gonna have Ray pull out her knife and just start stabbing this wolf. Okay, pull out your knife. Oh, Ray doesn't have a knife. Okay, great. Pull out your fists. I need to make more knives. And then hopefully we can keep... Hold on. Let me just... I know you can't see the game right now. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure Kefir doesn't die. Right, you drop him, and then we'll have Alana quickly come over here and tend to Kefir on the spot. Oh my god, more people are getting hunted down. Is it because I killed all the edible food out here? You got a shotgun. Start blasting. Come on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And that's the problem. All right. No luck. Gonna get more people. We may need to start hunting down all the other creatures out here. So Kefir's gonna survive, probably. Alana's probably tending. Okay. Okay, you win. You should go back and heal. And we should be fine. Okay, so looking at this game that has been brought to my attention, JREs, which I am aware of. So, base game, first of all, you don't even get the whole line, north and south. You get the outbound or southbound or inbound lines, but you don't get the full thing, right? You get, okay, so Shinsetsu, Hachione, Oito, Senseki, Chuo Rapid, Chuo Line Rapid, okay, that's kind of cute. Tokaido Line, I'm aware of these two lines. I don't really know most of these other ones. And Hachiko Line. Okay, some of these are kind of interesting. They're kind of long. But, good God. Look at this DLC pricing. For a single line. Oh, you want to do the Tokaido line from Tokyo to Atami? Which is a fairly fun line. I actually wrote this line myself. 31 USD. All these other ones. Chuo Line Rapid the other direction from Takao to Tokyo. $27. That's right. So, this base game gets you the Chuo Rapid from Takao to Hachioji. Okay. But if you want the other rest of the line from Takao to Tokyo, you need to spend an extra $27. Or all these other fun lines, like say Osaki to Osaki, like the loop, you gotta be another $23. You want the Joban line from Shinagawa to Katsuta, another 31. Like why? Why is this so expensive? Who's buying this DLC? But then you look and there's people actually reviewing this, which means someone bought it. And it's just crazy for me to think about, like the Chuo Sobu line, which I know this line fairly well too, because whenever I stay in Japan, I typically kind of stay near the Chuo line instead of the Yamanote. God, it's just crazy. Who's paying for this? You want to play the Yamanote line? Be prepared to spend $23 to play on the most popular YouTube line, train line ever. It is a really nice line. I did like the Yamanote, but I don't ride the Yamanote too often when I'm ever in Japan. I think last time I was in Japan, I straight up didn't even ride it at all. It was strange. I'll close this now. What's the Maple Story tweet? Also, who's dying? Okay, Unholy made it. Let's have... Okay, you need to get over here. Tend to the poor child. Okay. Alright. Everyone lives, I think. Okay, if I'm gonna click this, am I gonna be concerned what I'm about to see? Or is it gonna be a haha, this is funny type thing? Is there more steel? We need more steel. Oh god, there's a lot of compacted steel, but I don't want to run all the... Oh, there's plasteel. Okay, let's just grab that. I want to grab all the steel that's nearby. Low-hanging fruit and all that. Oh my god, there really is... There's every animal out here is just straight up hunting us for food. We're gonna start culling the predators. All right, how about this? We're gonna have these two, and we're just gonna start hunting down the predators. All right, what am I about to click? Am I about to be concerned? I have not touched Maple Story in forever, so I legitimately don't know what's up with Maple Story nowadays. All right, that's dead. Ray's having a mental break mid-combat. Great. So the problem is that... Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. So Ray's running away from this thing, which means I gotta chase it on a wild goose chase. All right, hold on. Let's kill this thing. Xanth, you have a sword, which is not a gun. Dennis has a gun. Let's get Dennis out. You swap $2. All right. Apply enough buckshots to a rhino and it's gonna die, right? Okay, finish that off. That's fine. Undraft. All right. PSA to all of our patient maplers. We're getting a ton of questions about how you can get access closed online to MapleStory. Wait, what is MapleStory Classic World? Is every MMO just gonna do a classic game now? So let me get this straight. So there was World of Warcraft Classic, but I guess now there's a desire for MapleStory Classic. Is that right? Is this literally just what if MapleStory but pre-Big Bang? God, you know what's funny? I think I'm actually the target audience for MapleStory Classic. Oh my god, I'm actually considering this. Like, if this actually comes out, I might actually play it for like a week. I might actually play this for like a week. Because they're going to roll back everything it was before. It was, I mean, not every modern change in MMOs is bad. We also have like dozen classics now, and everyone was trying to do the same thing other than 14. Oh my gosh, can you imagine if we got 14 classic? Oh my god. I don't want to think about what a 14 classic would be like. With the old janky mechanics, and if they do it, I want to see 14 classic, but with the polygons that they had on release. What was it, like the flower pot having more polygons than a player character, or something stupid like that? It's called 11. I'm not playing 11. Every time I look at 11, I'm like, how do I play this? I'm like, I don't want to play this anymore. I don't want to figure it out. 813 is the highest for Blade and Soul Neo. That's depressing, actually. What a shame. How the mighty have fallen. That is actually kind of depressing to think about, but you know what? Not every game is meant to survive, and I guess Blade and Soul Neo is just not cut out for the long term. All right, let's see if we can add them. Stupid thing. So if I add research benches here, so I'm gonna plot this out real quick because I need to make sure this fits. Okay, so I have 79 panels. So if I do this, I can add this. And then I can reinstall the multi-analyzer, and then I can fit an Aurora core in here, and then I can probably yeah, I like the idea of the Aurora core being next to it, like here. And you can probably fit a factory research terminal about here, which we can't really use right now, but at some point we will. Production room is gonna need the robotic machining table, I believe, is the object, which we can probably fit like. We can probably fit it like here is fine. Okay. Okay. Let's see. They deserve it. The game's a disaster. You'll never stop being angry about it. You looked at the reviews and they managed to actually make the game even worse. The original does love that it's going to really cost them to pause it. That's so funny. That's such a funny. Okay, I know you're mad, but that's such a funny way of describing it. They're so bad that they couldn't code themselves out of a broom closet. Oh my gosh, I can feel the frustration from like just emanating out of that sentence, and I love it. MMOs are genres that I wouldn't say MMOs are dead. It's just MMOs are. It's a specific. MMOs can cater to a specific audience, really, is what it is, right? Just gotta keep that in mind. And I think a lot of people, maybe there is a form of MMO fatigue going around, but just kind of deal with it. Kind of wanna. Oh, I could put a bench here. So if I do this, we have 1, 2, 3. So we would have. Is this far enough? I think that might actually be fine. You could have 2 researchers working at any given time. It's a little cramped. Is that worth it? Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm okay with double researchers. Okay, so at the very least, the grav ship has to expand out at least up to here. Until we can do more expansions, this is probably going to be okay. It's a little janky, but it's fine. They did one point where they, like, they killed it for a reason. I mean, yes, we all know they killed 14 for a reason, but, yeah. Josh is saying put out a great video of that state of MMO, John, the AOC debacle. You'll see about MMO mechanics. I still, like, okay, here's the thing. MMOs are... I think back in the day, a lot of people wanted to play cool MMO, like, MMOs... Today, MMOs are very reliant on, like, unique, like, it's basically a third space, right? I don't know if you've ever heard of the term a third space, but MMOs provide a third space for socializing, for people who are more digitally inclined and prefer video games over real life interactions. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that's what it kind of is. And the more I think about it, like, yeah, that is basically... Oh, shit, I don't want that there. Let's move that somewhere else. I want to put that... I want the factory research terminal. I think around here is fine. We can't build that yet anyways. That's fine, because I'm going to move the multi-analyzer over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just dump this entire corner with research counters. That should be okay. And so, when you think about it, like, MMOs being a third space for players to partake in is really like what an MMO lives or dies on nowadays. MMOs reliant on microtransaction subscriptions. That's not new, though. MMOs have always needed a way to keep the lights on. Like, MMOs can't be free forever. You need a way to generate revenue. You can either do microtransactions or subscriptions or both. And, I mean, like, what? WoW and 14 get away with having both a subscription and a microtransaction model. 14 especially, like, I'm not gonna lie, I've spent a decent amount of money in that cash shop because I'm an adult with money now. I know WoW also you can buy cosmetics with cash. Like, free-to-play MMOs are like a whole different beast in the sense that they have like ridiculous RNG, and you need to spend cash if you want to upgrade gear, for example, or have like all the coolest cosmetics, which was really, really rough. I remember Mabel's story was really annoying with that type of thing too. Subscription was on the MTX side, and a lot of people are unhappy about it, like making it more expensive. Have the prices gone up? I know the prices for a lot of things in general are really rough. Like $25 for a mount is crazy. Like, who's paying these prices? Not me, that's for sure. I haven't paid attention to the cash shop in recent times. Is it bad now? Is it getting worse? They broke an outfit into 3 parts. Wait, really? Hold on. Mog station. I'm gonna look it up. Or mogging on the Mog station, as they say. I'm logging into the Mog station right now so I can take a look. I'm actually curious now. Here we go. Optional items, the online store. God, look at all this cool gear that I will never use. Which one is it? Which one am I looking for? Let's see. Is it the new stuff? I'll have to look at it later. I'm trying to find it. I can't find it right now. I don't know. Costume sets. Okay, costume sets. Okay, here we go. Costume sets. Belt leather. Oh! Oh my gosh, this is even worse. $6 for the gloves and hat, and then $18 for the belt leather attire, trousers, or for the crop slops. So minimum, you would need to spend at least $24 to have. Oh wait, it's separate. Wait, oh. Oh no, I think the crop slops and the other one, the trousers. Though they're both full sets, it's just basically, do you want an open back or not? So realistically, it's about 18 plus 6 for each one. But for one complete set. But that is really rough pricing. Like, good God. It's still a little ridiculous. That is very greedy, especially because a lot of times you can buy a full gear set for, what, $18 for a full outfit set? That's what I used to do. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I bought like the Edukins attire. I bought like the Far Eastern schoolgirl attire. I bought a lot of 14. Basically, if it's weeby enough, I will buy it on 14. I'm sorry, I'm a sucker. Yeah, no, I'm glad they stopped doing that because it's people were not happy, and they were like, here's some clothes that are $12 or just $18. Yep, totally understand why. Turns out people aren't happy when you nickel and dime them. Yeah. That's crazy, isn't it? Oh, I completely forgot one thing I forgot to mention. This is completely unrelated, but I did commission... My friend was taking sketch commissions because she was stuck at an airport for some time the other day. Well, let me see if I can pull it up. I'm gonna download these to my PC, and then I'm gonna just show it real quick. Look at these adorable And all these adorable sketches that my friend Kookie did. Kookie's also the one who did the art for the wedding ring, soul ring card that I need to get more copies printed off of. But she did that one. And then I also had her do for one of Ray. Isn't it adorable? Look at Ray and all of her very complicated, funny hair. Why is Ray's hair so complicated? Oh, I can never draw it because every time I look at it, I'm like, I don't know what to do. So, oh shoot, I forgot to store all the meat in here. We're just gonna rearrange this here. Copy, link these together, paste, and then also paste in here too. Perfect. It has all the things. It sure does. It's pretty. It's just a lot to process mentally for me. And that's why I can't really ever draw it. The more you know. What's happening? Orbital debris is hurtling towards your position. Impact is very soon. Get your colonists under cover. What does that mean? Is someone about to get crushed? I don't see no orbital debris. Where is this orbital debris? So why aren't we building the rest of this real quick? There we go. This is what I'm looking for. Look at our beautiful pawns slapping this together. Also, now I can dismantle. Hopefully I can get rid of this soon. Let's get rid of this research bench eventually. I think once this is all built out, I'm okay dismantling that, because I also need to route power through this. Let's get some power routed through all of this nonsense here. Just like that. Perfect. What do you mean I'm dead? I'm not dead. I'm very much alive. You can't kill me off that easily. Many have tried to terminate my existence. All of them have failed. How does that make you feel, Zan? Knowing that no matter how much you try to terminate me, it's just not gonna work. I don't know, I can't build this. Okay, there we go. I think I do it like this, and that's fine. I'm not dead. Stop trying to kill me off. Why is everyone trying to constantly kill me off? I have not done anything to deserve this abuse in any way whatsoever. Also, why is Rare Pickle about to have a mental breakdown? You are very sad. Oh, that's a problem. All right, we're gonna send some people off on a little bit of a magical journey. We have to sell some products that we have acquired, so we might as well work on getting that sold. So, who's our most sociable individual that can talk to people and maybe haggle a good price? All right, X-Slayer is probably good enough. All right, we're gonna have X-Slayer go and sell our leftovers. Okay, who hates us the least? Okay, they hate me. All right, let's see who. All right, we're gonna go to the city of Earun by the Oasis. We'll trade with them real quick. Have great style. I'm thick. What do you mean I'm thick? What is that supposed to mean? You can't even see what the size of my own thighs are. Look, it's literally covered by a super long skirt. You tell me. What is your interpretation? Interpret it as you will. Okay, what are we selling here? What do I want? Nutramine, advanced comps. Don't think I need most of these. I think I'm okay buying. I'm gonna sell off most of this garbage. Glass steel is fine to buy. Elysium trimmings to make Glitter World Nutramine is also tempting. Don't think I need... Oh, hello. Wait a second. You know, we did need a new sword. I'm thinking I'm gonna take the mono sword. I think the mono sword is actually the morally correct choice. That's correct, right? We should take the mono sword. That's a keyboard smash if I've ever seen a keyboard smash. Why do they have to make cute thigh highs and then add random things strapped on things on top of it? Because that's it's how to add fantasy flair to it instead of just keeping very simple gear. One thing that's always bothered me in Final Fantasy is that there's like no way to get just plain like pantyhose at all. And you basically have to rely on mods if you want like just a clean pantyhose look for whatever reason. It's very annoying. Don't ask me how I know this, but yeah, I've tried, and there's like, it's just very rough to find like the combination of stuff that I want. I guess we'll land. I don't want to land here, but I don't have any. I didn't. Actually, wait. 1, 2. So if I move it over here, it's fine. Let's see. I think for now, until I can find a better spot, this is probably okay like that. To get landed over there. We have to go back into space soon, but I need to seal all this off at some point. We haven't had a chance to do that. Also, I think I forgot to allow ourselves to make more concrete mix, so we gotta make more concrete mix. Wait, can you post a screenshot of the exact piece of gear you're complaining about? Because I'm now kind of curious what piece of gear is driving you bananas. Get rid of this, and then we can move this random sculpture, which I guess we'll use this one and move it. I don't know. Sculpture can go here. That's fine. We do need to do a leadership speech. We'll do that soon. What's with the funny little flower cutouts? Okay, yeah, you're not kidding. That actually looks pretty good aside from the weird flower cutout things. That's so funny. Even if PSO2 has lost the war, you still 14 Souls character creation. Wish 14 Souls character creation decoration features. Oh, trust me. I think a lot of people would also wish 14 had better character creation. One of my biggest gripes with Final Fantasy XIV's character creation is how they've basically chosen to link certain aspects of character design to other aspects of character design. Biggest example I can think of, Final Fantasy XIV and how they interpret, like how faces are linked to the horn styles for aura. You get the leggings alone for a decisive strap. Oh. Wait, where's the strap? Oh, okay, yeah, like that little random thigh strap. That is really random that they threw that in there. I don't even think my space is a very... oh, that's just Vice City. Okay, hold on. Let me put some lights in here real quick. By the way, we have the Aurora Core now. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? What do I need here? I need 4 basic AI chips, which is very easy to manufacture. Slap those out real quick. Can Lucian just make a character model and... Can you imagine? I mean, no, I understand what you're saying, but good God, can you imagine the absolute insanity of that? Actually, that would be kind of interesting. But yeah, that would be a little crazy to think about if they ever did that. I'm gonna put one of these over here real quick. This ship looks so funny though. Every time I look at this ship, it just gets more and more funny looking. Also, I need to add more grav ship platform here. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to fly off with our thing. I think it's actually correct here. Have some Korean export some of theirs. I don't know. I think for 14, a lot of it is too because they're trying to make the game easily runnable on as many systems as possible, whereas the Illusion character creator probably is very intensive just due to the sheer amount of polygons that they include on it, right? That probably makes the most sense to me. But yeah, I remember like people were complaining that they got rid of the butt sliders when Final Fantasy XIV got upgraded to a Realm Reborn. And it's just like, well, how badly do you really need your anime butt sliders is the real question. Although I am not a fan of removing choices, so I understand the frustration with it all. It's never fun when a game's just like, yeah, so anyways, you don't deserve to have these options available to you. I did this wrong. I think I just put the vac barrier here for now. I'm actually running out of power. We actually don't have that much power available to us, so I gotta be a little careful. Yeah, I need a new spot where I can just add more power to the ship. This ship actually just eats up a lot of electricity. I was gonna make this the closet, and I probably still will. I just don't know how I'm gonna move everything in there. Especially because all of our NEKOGRAD uniforms are completely random in what they're made out of. Ah, perfect. Look at this, by the way. I love it. Do you see what I see? I see beautiful vac suits. Alright, I need to make sure we have more meat. We gotta kill more animals. Kill the raccoons and rats. Kill these. Kill these. Kill these. Where's the mega sloths? I guess we'll kill that too. Yeah, everyone on the ship is everyone's about to have a mental breakdown. It's not good. Actually, you know what? Let's run the leadership speech real quick. That's fine. We'll do it in here. I don't know why the Korean character models are just so good. That is a really good point, though. Alright, let Xanth have his sadness moment over there. He's gonna eat a meal while we're just yapping in the corner here. So I need more graphics. We're gonna change this. Oh, God, I can't. Never mind. Actually, I know what I need to do. Hold on. We're gonna increase the speed. I think what I'm gonna do is I need to add, like, additional style categories. Just so we can have more design options. Yeah, I think we have to at some point. And we also need to do the celebration at some point too, to at least get a little bit of a bonus. Yeah. Wait, do I even have enough bedrooms for everyone? I have 22. Yeah, I do have enough bedrooms, because that's right. I forgot these two have their own quarters here. Even if, like, every other MMO, they focus way too much on contemporary outfits. Oh my goodness, not gonna lie, that's kind of one thing that bothers me a lot about Final Fantasy, is the sheer focus on what if we just have an outfit that's just modern street clothes. I'm like, no, stay with the fantasy theme. Stop making modern street clothes a thing in my fantasy game. I get it's fine, people like it, whatever, but I gripe about it every now and again. I'm like, no, I wish they just kind of stuck with fantasy gear. But unfortunately, the people have spoken, and what they want is modern outfits, because it's, I mean, obviously, like, a lot of it's inspired, like, the modern fantasy type thing. People want to have jeans, people want to have tech wear. Oh my gosh, like, Final Fantasy is like a mix of fantasy, but like steampunk, but also science fiction. So there is like logic for it, but man, I'm like, I think Final Fantasy is at its best when it focuses on the fantasy aspect. But that's just my little grognardy opinion on it. That's just kind of how I see it. Can I add additional? Okay, I can actually add 2 more of these. The problem is I don't really have a spot to put these, unless I want to throw them behind here. We just have to build a bridge out for it. Yeah, I mean, no, I get it. Like, it is Magitech, but oh, I'm like, I always think like, man, can you imagine if it was just more leaning into it? Is there a point to doing it like this? Wait, if I do it like this, what would be the point? Would it just look ugly? Reverse thrusters. Maybe we don't do reverse thrusters. Also, I need to unload the mono sword. Okay, so where is Comrade Sun? I'm gonna make a specialized version of this kit, and we're gonna just copy this. We're gonna call this I'm gonna call it the Sun Warrior, because his name is Sun 312772. And the literal difference is we're gonna swap out these weapons, keep the mace, but you get a mono sword. And then we can drop this mono sword. And then we're gonna get that to Sun, and now Sun is even more capable of handling any threat that comes his way with a very overpowered weapon. Also, we need to start unloading all this other stuff here. Oh, I forgot to sell the duster. Whoopsies. That's fine. Big difference, Garlean aesthetic and Solution 9 aesthetic. That's true too. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, the Garlean aesthetic is like Magitech. The Solution 9 aesthetic is very, well, you know, it's quite something. And that's kind of like that's always my complaint. I'm like, I want it to look more fantasy and a lot less of this other stuff that they're trying to make it look like. But what do I know? I just complain about things on the internet, I guess. Okay. Amazing. So our wait, where is it? Is it? Oh my god, that's so... that's so funny. Okay, so remember how we have that like random colony, like outpost all the way over here? It's got like 2 dudes on here. 4 pawns on here. Well, they actually found something. The only problem is that they yeeted it somehow into space onto the space station map. And all they found was 15 arrows and a bow. I don't know why that's all they found, but... Most MMOs ultimately betray their fantasy aesthetic. You know why, though, right? Because they need to shake things up, and they decide, what if we just do modern science fiction in our fantasy game in order to, you know, try something different? That's probably what it is. It's so sad. I dislike it so much. Also, we're gonna move this around. Okay, I'm gonna build one here. I'm gonna build another one over here. Actually, no, don't build that one. This is made out of steel, right? It's a display shelf. Let's see. We need another small shelf. Let's do this one so we can do some other clothing bits that I'll have to figure out later at some point. And we'll do the same thing for the other one as well. We'll do another display cabinet, steel. Probably put in some body armor in there. It's not sort of the Tesor is still okay. You don't pay attention to them. I have not paid attention to any of those games either. I completely forgot the Elder Scrolls Online exists. I do not know a single person who plays the Elder Scrolls Online. Okay. I have never seen a person actually actively talk about playing that game. Like, it may as well not exist, is my honest opinion. But there's clearly people who play it, so I don't know. Maybe I'm the crazy one. I probably am the crazy one. We're just gonna dump some O2 in here. Gotta run a pipe up there. Also need to run some pipes up here too. Is it actually healthy? I have no idea. I've talked about Guild Wars 2 before. I like Guild Wars. I liked playing the World v World, but I know World v World basically might as well not be really a thing anymore, which is a little unfortunate. Just kind of a dead mode, I guess. Unfortunately, very tragic. Not all modes will stand the test of time. Is it actually 13k concurrence on Steam? That's crazy. I actually did not know there was that many people playing it. That's a really good amount, actually, yeah. You'll play Foxhole? Okay, well, Fox... okay. Foxhole is not only a war game that appeals to war nerds, it also has like a logistics simulation aspect, which is very popular with a certain subset of people. I heard the term autism slop for the first time today, and it just blew my mind because it was referring to games like OpenTTD, what was the other ones? Like City Builders, Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, Factorio, and I'm like, I have never heard this term, but that's definitely a way to describe a lot of games that I enjoy playing, which is kind of cursed to think about. I was like, okay, I guess we're just coming up with words now. Everything is slop. I don't know if TI counts, but I think Terra Firma Greg and Greg Tech is absolutely quote-unquote autism slop. If that's the word we're using now. People like attaching the word slop to anything. It's kind of where we're at. Like, I've heard the term... Wait, why is this... Oh, shoot, they're not the same thing. Too late now. Let's just get rid of this. I want it to look correct. I've also heard the term mechanic slop. Someone used that to refer to High Guard, which definitely is a game. I've also heard friend slop, which refers to any of those flavor of the month, co-op, whatever games like Peak, Lethal Company, and all the derivatives of that genre. You can just attach slop to anything, and people will be like, "Yeah, that's just insert slop," and yeah, they'll use it in a derogatory term, but that's what it is, I guess. So yeah, I hope you enjoy your game slop. I guess is what we're gonna call it now. Everything is slop now, because no one is original, and no one can come up with nice terms. Everyone's just lazy. Oh, there's a bulk goods trader. Enjoy your colonies. Enjoy your colony slop. God. Oh my gosh, I'm consuming colony slop. It's so true. I've never heard that before. I hate it so much. I'm consuming colony slop. That's what this is what it is now. It's just colony slop. I hate that term. Hello, Flaving. How are you? Also, hello there. Not Yakumo. You're playing Japan. Sending you DLC with a friend. Japan Brazil co-op. You're playing. I remember you mentioning this before that you're still in the middle of that run, right? How far is that run going? But yeah, you mentioned this run to me previously, and it sounded like it was going pretty well, or interestingly at least. I don't want to buy their steel. I'd rather not buy steel. I'm buying plasteel. Anything else I want to? Oh, helium 3. I'm just gonna buy as much helium 3 as I can afford. You know, I think we do need to buy books. I do want to eventually build a library for our colonists. Nothing else matters here. Don't need that. Probably hold on to the gas mask. Don't need the parka. Probably get rid of this, that's fine. Get rid of that, that's fine. Okay, so I get 600 out. That's probably fine. Nothing else I can really get rid of. Get rid of the slate blocks. We're not using slate for anything. Get rid of the mastodon tusks. We don't need those either. That's free money. I think everything else I hold on to. Yeah. That's fine. Let's see. So, let's see. Imagine being a slop consumer. Massive L might want to get hit by an anti-grain warhead now. Listen, no, I will be the slop consumer. I will consume colony slop until the day I die. I love colony slop games. I love city slop games. I love logistics slop games. They all fall under the banner of autism slop. I love those games so much. Those a lot of territory. USSR fell. 1944 summer only said slop. No minutes to combine 1,000 factories. You have 400 now. It's 350. I mean, you might be able to survive. You might not be able to beat the AI in terms of production, but generally as a player, you're going to be a lot smarter than the AI who just slams like 50 different, armies without any proper organization. You tried Factorio once and made it 15 minutes recording. Wow, you have not had the right of flavor of autism for this. Factorio requires a certain mindset to get into. I like Factorio a lot, but it definitely is like you need to have the right mindset going into it in order to succeed at Factorio. And I'm like, I love it. The first few times I played it, I struggled a lot, but after I kind of got into it, I was like, oh, this game is really good and really in-depth. I love it. I need more of it. So that's how I see it. Let's see. I'm already consuming isekai slop. I like isekai slop. I like isekai. I'm sorry. It's like a guilty pleasure. Am I ever going to play Arknights? I'm not playing Arknights. I like character design in Arknights, but I have no intention of playing Arknights on stream. Or even in general. I just don't want to play. It's just not worth playing gacha games, honestly. Maybe when you're modern worlds, you're technically consuming dystopian military, mech, sci-fi, anime, colony stuff. That's a good way to... Yeah, exactly. Welcome to... Dystopia slop. Boy 4 and Terravik to make the autism slop category. They do, but they also kind of fill in the whole World War II slop category. This guy's ass slop though, in all cap, no joke. The thing is, like, isekai is such a broad genre and has many different forms. Like, you have the reincarnation ones where it very quickly loses the any concept of the person coming from another world. And it's almost like they were just born in the new world that they're in, versus ones that are like, they actually get transported and now they're like building a harem of like anime cat and wolf girls and dog girls and princesses and princesses for some reason. Because that's like the whole plot line. Not welcome to Slop Slop, where we add as many buzzwords to a single slop chain. I mean, I'm drinking water slop. I guess hydration slop. That's what we should call hydration drinks. Hydration slop. Gatorade is hydration slop. Powerade is hydration slop. What is the other slops? Prime is no, actually no. Gatorade and Powerade, fine. Prime is actually hydration slop. Okay. Okay, water is water maxing. Yes, right. Gatorade, fine. Powerade, fine. But something like Prime, that's actually just hydration slop. What's wrong with saying hydration slop? There's nothing wrong with that statement. No one likes realistic isekai. Some people do. I kind of like some pseudo-realistic isekai, kind of, but obviously it's all gonna be power fantasies anyways, so in the end it doesn't even matter. Me when I'm hydromaxing on raw water and getting 500 STDs from drinking sewer water. All right, well, I didn't want it to go that far. That's a you problem. I didn't say anything. You did, not me. Grimgar. I have not read Grimgar. I think I have like 4 of the volumes. I just never got around like actually reading the dang things, just sitting there. Maybe one day I'll read it, but too many other things to read and do. It's dead. You know what's actually dead? I have been waiting so long for another episode for another novel of Log Horizon, and I don't know if he's ever gonna make more after the whole tax evasion scandal, which is so sad. I really wish he would make more. Supreme Expectations. You already have one of the best bedrooms in the colony. What else do you desire? Do I need... What else can you... let's see. Is this room not good enough? Ah, the wealth is mediocre. We need more stuff in the room. We need sculpture slops, I guess, to make it prettier or something. I don't know. I guess we'll make more small sculptures. No Game No Life. Oh, I did see that the novels is like they are still continuing the novels, which is great because good lord, I know people have been waiting an eternity for that too. Yeah, so the thing is, I don't think we're ever gonna get another No Game No Life anime, and I'm not gonna say it's because of the content, but I think the general direction of where anime is headed, I think No Game No Life would generate a significant amount of negative controversy, unfortunately, due to the content in it, that people would like try and hate on it really bad, like a lot. Yeah, you're not saying, have I seen... I've seen some clips of gushing over magical girls. It's quite something, but No Game No Life also has a very strong, like, incest angle to it as well. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Should play Warhammer Old World or Barotrauma co-op with friends who haven't played that game near student party size. I don't own Barotrauma. Warhammer, I would probably play. I don't think I would play the Warhammer physical game. The only reason I say I wouldn't play the Warhammer physical game is I legitimately just do not have the time or money to play Warhammer. That's a very expensive hobby to get into. Miniatures are a very expensive hobby, and I just don't have time to do another expensive hobby to get into. Like, I love playing Magic the Gathering, but that's already a hobby that eats up a lot of my time. And no, I'm not gonna lie, I spend a lot of money on that game. I try not to spend as much money on it anymore, but I definitely used to spend a ton of money on Magic the Gathering. They broke a lot of art conventions during the so doesn't want to make it anymore. Oh, okay, because of like, is it like the colors and all that? Like, it was just too much for them to handle. Also, I gotta... How do I make Anya's room a little prettier? We gotta find a way to make this one better. I don't really have a lot of decorations here other than adding... We don't even have decorative plants. Have to wait until we research more stuff. I definitely need to expand the hospital though at some point. Unless making characters embroiled and tracing allegations. Oh, that's right. I forgot that the artist for the novels was like accused of tracing. That's right. I forgot about that. All right, we can now make synthetic organs. Great. Synthetic repairs probably next. Okay. Kind of keep building this out here. Trying to add more flooring. Concrete mix is very difficult to manufacture. It is quite expensive. Look at how hard he's working to make more concrete. Let's see. What faction interests me the most in finding somewhere they're virtually representing the models? Okay, so whenever I play, I think about something like Warhammer. Legitimately, like the only thing I think about is like which is the most generic human-looking people in this world full of monsters and aliens, right? If I'm playing 40k or fantasy, and I will play that faction. There is something inherently appealing to me about playing essentially like humans in a world where everything else is stronger and deadlier and ready to kill you. So oftentimes, like when I play Warhammer 3, I typically gravitate towards the Empire or what was the Chinese faction called? I cannot remember the name of the Chinese faction. It's been a while since I played it. What was it called? Hold on. Warhammer China faction. Grand Cathay. Or if I'm playing fantasy, it's the rats. I do actually play a lot of Skaven in Warhammer Fantasy, like in Warhammer Total War 3, because there is just something so funny about a bunch of rats who fling like their weakest members as like cannon fodder, while they, and in a world with fantasy and magic, the rats have decided, screw that, here is flamethrowers and literal Gatling guns. It is so funny here. It's so funny. And I've talked about 40k before, and I absolutely would play Imperial Guard in 40k. My reasoning is that I love the fact that they have access. The Astra Militarum has access to things like tanks, artillery pieces, just normal dudes, and that's what I enjoy the most about the Astra Militarum. And I would play Astra Militarum if I played 40k. Right? Yeah, sure, everyone and their mom wants to be like the big burly space marines or the really rip and tear orcs or the monstrous tyrannids, but no, for me it's all about the Astra Militarum. I don't know what regiments there are for 40k Astra Militarum. I don't know what they are. Give you generous, give you death. 40k might have to finally end your semi-boycott of Games Workshop. I mean, you can still just download the scans online if you know where to go, and if you have a resin printer, you can print it out. I'm not saying you should, but it's an option. Who's gonna check your model is officially by 40k if you take it to the shop? Who cares? Short Tau player. You know what's funny? So I remember reading somewhere that the Tau like basically are designed primarily as like range specialists, right? And so they mostly like their weapons are to be used at range. But I saw something recently where apparently they made some change to how the Tau operate, and now if you play the Tau and you have like your mechs can shoot in melee range now or something, and I'm like, huh, that's an interesting change. I didn't even realize they couldn't do that before. But I guess it's a thing that they couldn't do before, and now they're allowed to, which is very funny to me. I don't know if I would play Krieg. I don't know. I'd have to take a look. I legitimately don't know what all the different factions are. I know the Death Corps of Krieg are there, which are... I have watched YouTube videos on these things. I sometimes will watch those like YouTube, like 40k videos of like, oh, here's the story of like everything that happened and why it would suck to be in the 40k universe and all that jazz. The 40k universe is just so interesting to me, and just how stupidly bleak they make it. Also, hello, Entropy Fox. I'm sorry, I didn't see your message. How are you doing? The mysterious ball-snatching Eldritch Fox has returned to bless you with chaos. Welcome back, then. Hopefully you enjoy watching our beautiful ship slowly come together. Like, 40k is just like... I get a lot of it is designed to kind of shove it into your face, just like how grim dark the setting is. But at what point does the grim darkness become just like, this is a little too grim dark, let's chill out a little, you know what I mean? That's kind of like what I feel about 40k. I still think 40k is interesting, but man, it sure loves being grim derp. No, we can come up with a better term. It's grim slop. We're in the grim slop era. I love the idea of just putting the word slop on everything. Anyone up for some grim slop gaming? It's too late for me. It's too late for me. Now myself, dear science, I'm doing pretty good. I had my birthday stream yesterday. If you want to watch the VOD of me eating a U.S. military MRE ration. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good. I am having a lot of fun playing Rimworld right now while I just talk about things that aren't Rimworld related. If you say Grimslop again, you're gonna destroy all the soup on the planet. You can't destroy all the soup on the planet. Why you can't cancel me for saying Grimslop? 40k was created as a parody but lost its plot. I don't think it's lost its plot, right? I mean, I think people know 40k is a parody, but ultimately some people are just going to take it a little too seriously, and it loops around from being a parody to be like, this is something people actually believe in, right? I think, for example, some people forget that Helldivers is technically a parody of Starship Troopers, which is a parody of American jingoism from like the 60s around and all that jazz. I'm going to give Tyranids a 40k game. They're reducing Orcs, Necrons, Guard, and Space Marines as their standard factions. I think they're going to give you Tyranids as DLC. Like, generally, with Total War, they put a ton of DLC in these games, and so you'll ultimately get it at some point. So just keep that in mind. If you're waiting for Tyranids, you'll probably get Tyranids as part of like the Year 1 DLC or Year 2 DLC. I'm curious to see how the world map is going to operate on 40k, because the Total War 40k, that's a space game. Are you conquering planets or are you conquering part of the continents? Let's see. The new Hollow Advent music video is just a gotcha MV, the art style semi-floaty so much away. Well, I'm not gonna put it on stream, but I'm gonna look this up real quick. Hollow Advent. What is the name of this video? Let's see. Warhammer is weird. Sometimes they don't need a million Imperials, almost having some Imperial importance at best. Oh, here we go. What goes around? Is that what it's called? The new Hololive Advent song. Oh my god! I skipped ahead to the first character art entry. Holy, this is Arknight's core. Oh my god, I hate to say this. This is Arknight's. This is like Arknight's core. It's not even a joke. Like the entire, like the visual language of this MV with the hard angles and all the way it's like, and their outfits. It's very much like what if someone made an Arknights themed MV after, like, the MV is very gotcha coded. Yes, that is my opinion. I would agree with that sentiment. I'm not gonna watch the rest of it, but that's really funny. Supposedly 40k was created to sell games that story contradicts fiercely what we've been told, that you might not interact with your friends are going to get much as the curiosity of certain plot points. The thing is, you have to remember too, Entropy, is that 40k's lore gets retconned every now and again. So people are like, they're changing it a lot. So don't worry too much about whether you're about the lore being consistent. I think that's even like maybe a feature of the game, in the sense that the lore can be evolving or change, because the whole thing is taking place from a very skewed viewpoint of humanity, essentially, that has been corrupted by years of maligned influences, and on top of that, not properly understanding the will of the original Emperor of Mankind. So things like the canon being changed around is perfectly valid. But yeah, that's so funny. That is such a funny MV. You send me 30k. Can you send me 30k? I've seen that meme, and I saw the MV. I'm like, I don't know how this came to be, but I'm like, man, I would love it if someone send me 30k. If I get $30,000, first thing I'm doing is I'm buying a Steam Deck, and then I'm just throwing the rest into like an index fund or something. You hit the new lore play 4th edition to see how the game was. I don't know what all the different stuff in the different editions are. You have to remember, like, I don't really interact with 40k aside from my friends who play 40k and playing the Total War games. When Total War 40k comes out, I will stream it because I love Total War, and honestly, I would rather than do Total War Medieval 3. But at this point, I'm not holding my breath. We're probably never gonna get it at this rate. So I can dream that maybe one day we get Total War Medieval 3, but I don't think they're too inclined to develop it at the current time, because there's too much money to be made in the other games instead. Are they going to Custodes the Space Marine? I don't know. That's a good question too.
キサンテジーギフテッドスライトリーデシメートル A サブスクリプションキサンテジーギフテッド A ティア1サブ2スライトリーデシメートル
Well, I appreciate the $3, Xanth. I will use that $3 to buy myself a... I'll just save that and be like a good little VTuber and save that money. I appreciate it though. Thanks for gifting the sub to Slightly DM. Shogun 3-1. Shogun 3... Okay. Creative Assembly is slow. They probably are not going to do a historical Total War title because they'd rather put all their eggs into the basket of Warhammer, because Warhammer prints them So much money. It's crazy. Organized Enfield had a bug where PayPal would get mixed up. I did see that. Oh my gosh. I don't know if anyone knows this, but as Entropy mentioned, there was a bug in when Arknight's Enfield came out, because my friends were complaining about this who play it, where if you bought anything with PayPal, it didn't charge your PayPal account, it charged some random person's PayPal account. It was so messed up. So imagine if you could drop like $1,000. If you're a whale, you're spending $1,000 on Arknight's Enfield gotcha currency, but your account's not getting charged. You're charging like Joe Schmo, who linked his account to maybe buy like a starter pack. It's like, how badly do you have to mess up that's for that to happen? It's so stupid. And I think the resolution was, yeah, we're not gonna punish anyone. We're just gonna if you got free currency this way, we're not gonna punish you, you just get to keep it. I'm like, that's so screwed up. You know, think 40k tried being grimdark, but insulting religion, was odd as the people missed the point or never got the point. I don't know what it is. I mean, to be fair, I think there's a lot. You can always find a link to religion if you're willing to look for it. Like, yes, you could say it's Catholicism. Someone else might say it's, you know, it's maybe Islam coded. Someone else might say it's, you know, Protestant coded. Now, granted, there is a very strong link between how the concept of like the Imperium of Man and the religion around the Emperor and Catholicism, especially due to the sheer amount of faux Latin that they use in Warhammer. What's the language in the 40k universe? I think they call it like High Gothic and like Low Gothic. It's so interesting, like reading about it, but it's basically like, it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, yes, it's a lot of pseudo Latin, which I'm not gonna lie, has actually been, I did take a lot of the pseudo-Latin concepts from 40k when I was trying to come up with names for the divisions. Like, that's why we have things like Logisticus, Armentum, the Administratum, the Medica, and Inquesta. So, hello, Immortal, how are you? I'm doing pretty good. Is everyone on the ship? Yes, everyone is on the ship. Everyone is still here. The ship is getting bigger day by day. We unfortunately cannot feed everyone on the ship through growing food, so I must constantly go back to the surface to acquire minerals and food. We did start establishing the station, but we just can't be up there too long yet. It's still a little difficult to stay up there for an extended period of time. So for the time being, I'm just kind of on the planet. I'm just gonna cancel this for now. I think we will actually go back up though. We were mostly here to get some steel, because we need steel for our projects. But I think I'm comfortable just kind of going back up for now. You're right, let's go. I can't keep a good chunk of people up there right now because it's not set up yet. I need to emphasize that we are getting things set up, but it will take time. That's kind of the biggest issue. Eventually we will move in here, but I need to get... Once we get power going, then it's okay to move in. Unfortunately, we don't have power going yet. However, you're right. We do need to go back into space. So we're going to do exactly that. Let's go fly. I think I got everything set up here. No, I like fusion reactors. Fusion reactors are cooler. Oh, shoot. Do we have enough fuel? Oh, my gosh. Wait, are we... Wait a second. I forgot to allow ourselves to make more astro fuel. We probably should do that. That might be important. We should probably do that at some point. I'm being machine gunned. Hi, Sai. Thanks for the bits. How are you, Sai? How have you been? I don't know why that thing didn't give a sound effect. But how have you been? There we go. Are you enjoying the menace? Are you enjoying being a menace on menace? Alright, let's go into space. If I can just click the stupid thing. Here we go. Alright, yeah, we're good to go. Let's get everyone on. We have enough food, I think, to last us for quite some time. No, so I've actually just been buying... So, our fusion reactor is fueled entirely by... Ah, shoot, these are rotting. Our fusion reactors are powered entirely by helium-3, and we've just been buying it whenever a trade ship passes by. Also, why did Sun drop the sword? I'll need to give that back to Sun at some point. I don't know why he dropped it. That's weird. Oh, you know why? I think I know why. I forgot to give him his proper kit. Sun should be on the Sun Warrior kit. Okay. Okay, there we go. Go back in space. You unlock a 120 vehicle motor. It's awesome. I don't think I have that, but I hope it's been going well for you. I have not gotten that far in Menace. I think you're probably further than me, especially if you've encountered the 4th faction. I'm waiting to unlock the 4th faction on stream. Also, I don't know if you saw this side, but you can now mod in your own custom squad leaders now. There's resources now on how to do it. You too could become a squad leader if you're willing to put in the effort of figuring out how to make it work. Yeah, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I was looking at it earlier. Menace workshop. Let's see. Menace mods. I know they've already confirmed that they're getting a workshop at some point. No, right now it's on Nexus mods. You go service harvest deuterium. I know you can do things like ripping around Vaxstone for parts for minerals too. I'll have to figure out how that works. I remember we did it before though. So I can find it. I think we've just been doing deuterium 3 and I've just been buying deuterium. We actually don't need that much power for the most part, so we can probably just survive by trading with various faction trade ships. Oh, you need both? I thought you only needed one. For some reason, I thought you could just go off of deuterium. Not deuterium hydrogen, was it? Well, I guess we're not getting that thing operating anytime soon. Yeah, I was just gonna run deuterium. Okay, okay, so I need to... Oh, shoot, I forgot I moved... Oh, my God. I forgot I had moved the entrance. Will be considered a crash and damage to ground? I don't think I want to do that. Okay, so I think if I do it here, it should be fine. And then just have to make sure I build up the 2 tiles here. That's probably fine. I think you did at some point complain about it. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Before we do anything, let me just do this real fast. So I need to make sure. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I do have more spacesuits. What am I allowing outside? I need construction workers. Havel is permitted outside, so I will require Havel to grab. Just equip this outfit here. Should be fine. Have a good night, Flaming. I know you were typing a lot of messages. I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to read a lot of it because there's a lot of chat going. But anyways, have a good rest. I know you got work soon, probably. Tritium is a viable fusion reaction. I had to double check. Let's see. Consider water extraction on an asteroid. Let's see. Anyways, we'll double check this. I'm pretty sure I can do this. Okay, so I also need... I need this... I need the orbital platform built out to extend this far. Probably have someone like Garm or Anya set that up. And then now Havel is probably kitted out to go into space. Perfect. So I will require Havel to be unrestricted, which means Havel can also go outside and participate. We need to get rid of these... Shoot, okay. I need to get rid of these corpses. We have some rotting corpses that we weren't able to take care of fast enough. Zone, dump them, I don't know, over here is fine. They're all corpses that are rotting, and then I need them all removed now. Okay, these need to be hauled. I need Havel to do the hauling. Where's Havel? Ugh. haul this and haul all those. And then this area needs to be critical because I don't need them in here. Let's see. Oh, is this the mod? Okay, hold on. I don't have this mod, but that's interesting. Someone made a modified use more from Dope's bad hygiene. Oh, I might need to download this. Okay. I've mostly just been buying from traders, honestly. It's just an easier way to do things. Okay, so we get that slammed out, and then I don't know why you're still trying to drop this. This is your sword. Pick up your sword. This is your weapon. There we go. And pick up your mace. That's your sidearm. There we go. You don't need that either. Sign Sun. Not in the right category. That's why I should be in the Sun Warrior loadout. Oh no! Why are they outside? Okay, hello. Wait. Why are they outside? Oh shoot, hold on. I think I know. Wait a second. Oh my god, I know exactly what happened. Oh. Alright, I don't know why, but every time we come back into space, the ship exterior area, or ship, like, allowed zone, is just memorized every single time for some reason. It's super strange. It is a super buggy zoning, yeah. That's so weird. So I'm basically required to land at the same spot every single time if I don't want to run into this problem. That's strange. Okay, well, hopefully they're not going to die anymore now that I got them kind of locked inside, but good lord, that is so strange. Such is Rimworld. Okay, let's undraft these guys, and then we're just going to have Havel, I don't know, haul these corpses around. And that should be fine. And then these should no longer allow corpses ever. I don't want to see corpses on this one. On any of these. Okay, let's get them out of here. They're already rotting. I don't want them out here. Okay. Perfect. Alright. Okay. Let's keep this going, though. So I want you to slam out these panels, because this is unfortunately making everything move super slow. Because it turns out floating through space is not exactly ideal for navigating. There we go. Comrade Anya will slap these three out. Consistent trader would be nice for setting up fusion power. I haven't done an asteroid start colony. I think it'd be kind of interesting to do it at one point, but I think after this colony, we're going to take a break from space colonies for a little bit, just to have a little bit of variety. I already know the theme of the next colony. Don't worry. I have some plans, and let's just say those plans involve a certain generator that's going to be the centerpiece of the colony, and we'll see how that pans out. I'm sure it'll be perfectly fine. It may or may not be Frostpunk themed, because I do like Frostpunk. I actually haven't played Frostpunk in a while, but I know they're remaking Frostpunk 1, which is so strange to me, I guess. And I was like, huh, I don't know why we're doing that, but I guess it'll be an interesting thing to try out. The colony must survive. Yeah, the colony must survive, literally. I don't know if we're gonna do modern or pre-microelectronics. I'll just take a look and see what my mod options will be, but if we're having electricity, I think realistically we probably will need to do something with that. Anya, can you just quickly slam this out real fast? The Snowcrawler mod? What is this? Rimworld Snowcrawler. What am I about to look at? Ah, it is a vehicle that is literally a snowcrawler. It allows you to... no off-roading penalties. Interesting. Ignores the extra difficulty of certain biomes. Fuel consumption lower by 50% while traveling. Oh, okay, so that's interesting, actually. I think that's probably doing worse than Frostpunk 1, if you ask me. Did it actually? I think it's... Okay, so I can guesstimate why. Frostpunk 2 is just such a different vibe than Frostpunk 1. I get that the games in general are both essentially city survival builders is the theme for both the titles. But ultimately, one is a lot more intimate compared to the other game, and I think that's like why it's so different. I like Frostpunk too, don't get me wrong. But if you had to ask me on which one I would rather play, I think I would actually say I'd rather play Frostpunk 1. Like, from a purely, like, this is what I would like to play, Frostpunk 1 would be the game for me. I just think it's more enjoyable, quite frankly. Because it's really the scope of the game that matters. Frostpunk 1, it's such a small city that you're just trying to keep alive to the best of your ability. Compared to Frostpunk 2, where it's way bigger. Right? Oh my goodness. Okay, does the preparing again? Okay, so what we can do now is we can do the NeuroCure framework, which will allow us to mend the brain scar while need 2 MAAI chips, which we can manufacture, I think, at a machining table, actually. No, it's probably at this one. Okay. Oh, you have to make it I thought you could make it without a Persona Core. Am I crazy? Should not be that difficult. What bench is this made on? Fabrication bench or comp. Okay, so it's a fab bench. Or maybe that recipe is actually not allowed and you have to do it out of the Persona Core. But we don't have a Persona Core in which we can rip apart. So I guess we're not doing that, unfortunately. We're not going to get Ray's brain up and running until we can find another core sitting around. That is actually tragic. In the meanwhile, why don't we get... What, was there 2 different surgeries? Did I completely misread that? No. I know what you're talking about, because essentially what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build a NeuroCure framework, which requires 1 MAAI chip, right? So this little thing will allow you to cure brain scars. To make an MAAI chip, you either need 5, you can make 5 from an AI Persona Core, or there's this recipe here that just makes it. It makes a single one out of advanced components with steel, plasteel, and gold, but I can't find that recipe, so I'm not even sure if it's a valid recipe. It might not be. You leave you for now, dear scientist. You appear to have found new cuts on your side. You don't know where they are. I don't know where you got those cuts, but I hope you're gonna be okay. Try not to die, Entropy. Please survive. Dying would be bad. It's possible that I need additional technology that I don't have. Oh, there's... I'm silly. There's an actual technology called MAAI chip that I completely somehow visually bypassed. Probably that's the technology that I need. I must be blind. I'm gonna get Anya to build out this MFS. Let's just get this slammed out. Everyone is just sad out here. Even Garm is sad. Also, we did build a statue. Let's get that statue out here. Let's put a statue into Anya's room, and maybe that makes her happier. I do have Dub's central heating. Yes, I actually installed it because I like it. It's a cool mod. Probably one that it's one I really enjoy. Let's get this slammed out here. Hopefully we can get all this cleaned up sooner rather than later. The other problem with these doors is that they're very much not automatic doors, I think. Understood the message. Don't really care. No, so there is actually a benefit to having central heating, and it's mostly because it separates the heating pipe from the water pipe. And there was a reason why I did that, and I cannot remember off the top of my head why I did it. There was a specific reason for going through that process. Also, we can now probably try to put some power somewhere in here. We could use more grav ship capacitors. They don't obstruct movement, but there's not really necessary anymore. So two choices. I can either... we can move all the water stuff into this room, and then turn this room into like a utilities room. Or, if I really wanted to for one reason or another, I could put 2 miniaturized fusion reactors inside of this, and then I just need to find a way to put the power in it. So yeah, those are my two choices. I can either put 2 fusion reactors, small, or I don't need to do that, and maybe we don't. But those are the choices. Decisions. Probably better to leave it as a utilities closet. I think what I can do is I probably don't need this latrine. I probably will eventually move these hydroponics literally anywhere else. This hydroponics area is not ideal. But for now, it's just going to be there because I have nowhere else to put the hydroponic systems. So, we're working as hard as we can, but it's not easy. Should we... Oh, you know, hold on. Leave this door open. I cannot leave the door open. Wait. Yes, we can. Okay, we're going to leave the doors open for now. So that we have to keep worrying. Okay, so our helium-3 tank is ready. And we're filling this up. I think tonight we'll be able to finish making the MMFS, the Multimode Fusion Stellarator. What a cool science fiction name. And that should be good enough for that. Also, we do need to run another stuff. I do not have anything built in the bug hole. I meant to finish exploring it. I just haven't had a chance to finish exploring the dang thing yet. Actually, let's go once Anya's ready to go. Science... Is it not a science fiction-y name? You can't get over the fact that Terran Victor has 4 different kinds of fusion reactors. That's a lot of different reactors. A stellarator is a donut-shaped nuclear fusion device that confines hot plasma into a complex... Okay, wait, right. Got it. I have not paid attention to fusion power in a hot minute. From Tokamox, the exact reasons you predicted. Are you saying that you are the Arthur C. Clarke of our time, a visionary who's misunderstood? A visionary whose sole purpose in the realm of science fiction is to convert people to the joy of anime maids? Oh my goodness, wait. We're seeing Umi getting educated. How does this even work? Also, I just realized this room is freezing cold. Oh my goodness. Wait. Wait a second. Are these all... Wait, why are these rooms so cold? Okay, well, that's probably why our rice is dying, because there's no heat in there. We probably should fix that. Yep, maybe we want to grab Oh, I see the problem. I completely forgot to hook up the heating pipes. Yeah, that would do it. All right. Let's fix that up real quick with a little bit of finagling the pipelines. Just like that. And also do that over here as well. We want to make sure the nice science room is nice and warm. We'll need to install probably just a nice little radiator. Probably in there is fine. That'll hook up there. And then obviously the little classroom needs a bit of a heater as well. I actually have no idea how this works, but I do see Umi getting more education. Or I guess it increases learning. Higher learning means your growth tier goes up, I guess. Yeah, okay, so plus 3 per day, which increases based on this. Okay, well, hopefully we can get at least 1 passion. The emphasis mentioned the breakthrough by using same quick action at distance. Black box technology drives flow, but still. Come on, Anya, I need you to finish building this. Anya's gonna collapse. How much food do we have left? We got enough for a while. Okay. I'm gonna let the game run for a little bit. Once Anya's done having a mental break, or I guess after every pawn wakes up, we'll go back into the pit so we can see what else is left in here, and then we'll try to seal it up. I don't really want to keep it open any longer than it needs to be. But for the time being, we must. Right, I'll be right back. You can gaze upon this. We save the game, nothing bad happens. In the meanwhile... That's a lot of words. All right, let's see here. I'm trying to catch up on all the fusion reactor discussion that was going on. Lockheed money. Does Lockheed Martin take in? Do they hire accountants? I'd be willing to sell my soul to work for the military-industrial complex. I'll take cash. So probably going to pretend to play a lot of casual research on fusion power. So it's more sense from worlds and technology for remote and distant stars. Okay, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I do like. I'm not gonna lie, I like it because it looks pretty. I like the fusion particle effects that are on it. It's not worth it. I don't know. What if it is worth it? Oh, here we go. Let's see here. Listen, I'm an accountant, okay? I ain't making weapons. I just make sure the people who make weapons get paid. Big difference. Okay. So here's our MMFS. So it's deuterium. Oh shoot. I must be crazy. For some reason, I legitimately thought you could do this entirely with H3. Although the more I think about it, I guess this doesn't really make sense, right? Because deuterium is what? Deuterium is H2. Is it? No, it's 2H, right? No, it is H2. It's hydrogen 2. Which means... oh, because it's 1 proton and 1 neutron. So, I guess with H3, you're not able to form a fusion reaction, which I guess would make sense. So no matter what, we need to get deuterium. That's really funny. Okay, so I need to figure out how to get deuterium up into space now. All right, this thing ain't turning on anytime soon. Hi, Riston. How are you, comrade? Good evening. How have you been? Thank you for the belated birthday wishes. You should, have you seen, you should see the MRE that we ate on stream yesterday. It was, quite gross. I do have DBH in the mod list, yes. So I plan on installing that mod that was linked earlier. The one that allows me to turn, the pipe deuterium extractor. That's the one. What, the well overlay? I don't think... I thought that doesn't work in space anymore. I thought that doesn't work in space. Wait, wrong one. Yeah, there's no water in space anymore. It used to be a thing, but not anymore. I think they actually fixed it at some point. Yeah, he actually fixed it. It's really funny. I think it's great. Okay, let's go down this pit now. I've been meaning to like rip through this pit for a while. I'll take these guys. The cryo miner anyways. Oh, trust me, I have other options too. Now, okay, hold on. I do have one. Well, no, actually, I don't think that option will work. All right, never mind. Heat is generally short supply. Yeah, we'll figure something out at some point. Why is Anya move super slow too? It was a very interesting experience, Riston. I mentioned it earlier, like I mentioned it on stream, but it tasted like if someone made chicken pesto but forgot to put the chicken in it. Because it was ultimately a vegetarian dish, which probably made it way worse. It was very gross in that manner. Okay, yeah, we'll just let them keep building this out. Hopefully we can get this dug out more. How many vac stone blocks I'm sitting on? Okay, so we should have enough plasteel to last us for a while, but I definitely want to get more. Okay, let's just go rip through this as fast as we can. Let's also just dig this out a bit more as well. All right. Yeah, you can't believe they kneecapped your goat like that. Hello. That's oh, that's really funny. Wait. Wait, that's really funny. So there was a hive queen here, but you want to know something that's really funny? This hive queen's been dead for 9.2 days, which means it was there when because we settled here 26 days ago, so it's been here and active the entire time. But because we just never opened this pit, it just died of starvation. I think legitimately it just died of starvation. That's so funny. Huh. I didn't know you could do that. Well then, I don't have to kill no spider queen if it's already dead. Cool, I guess we'll go kill these things then. Just keep these hives up. That was easy enough. And then we'll have Anya quickly deconstruct this thing. And then we can get out of here. That was so easy. I'm the best gamer ever. I completely bypassed the game mechanics by accident. Aren't I just so good at games? Let's get these undrafted, and you finish deconstructing this thing, and then we're gonna get out of here and seal this off. I have no more reason to stay here. Well, I guess we'll just cut everything out. See if there's anything else of note. Yeah, there's nothing else in here. All right, let's get everyone out. So we're gonna go back here, exit with all 4 of these goobers, take the grav core, medicine, steel panels. I think I can ignore everything else. I don't really care. I guess the jelly and insect hive piece will take 2. And let's go back up. So I'm pretty sure what happened was a weird thing involving what's the one? Involving layered orbital layers. Because it specifically adds like, oh, this quest thing hit into like, which is normally on the surface, right, onto the outermost asteroids in your local field, right? So you'll find that type of thing on all these outer ones, right? It says large amounts of compacted item and something else, and that something else is the pit where you can get more grav, whatever. But I was just kind of surprised that it just kind of starved to death. I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's a thing. I thought that was amusing. Anyways, we'll just grab the stuff and then we'll let them go back up to the surface, and then they can go back to sleep and go rest in these... Oh, shoot, I forgot to turn on my fabricator. Yeah, I forgot. I turned this off because we ran out of... we kept running out of gold, but now that we have enough gold and plasteel, I can just keep manufacturing more... auto stuff. Okay, so 2 more. Okay, so here's the plan. So when we return to Rimworld next week, well, hold on, first and foremost, I need more chem fuel. Okay, we need to find a way to get deuterium to bring it up here. This amount of deuterium should last an unholy amount of time, realistically. Also need to actually pipe these stupid things together because it's actually not hooked up yet. So we'll need to do that as well. So, oh my goodness, I guess I'm up for a little bit longer. High interest. You have a very interesting timing. How are you coming? Welcome to our wonderful little Rimworld colony. You just missed it as I killed an entire hive queen by doing literally nothing. I'm so good at video games. How are you, interest? How was your stream? Let me do the shout out because I think all the other mods are asleep. There we go. Chaotic. Are you still using that like Rick's thing? We had someone in here earlier who was espousing the joys of Rick's, and at some point I probably will switch to Rick's eventually, but not yet. Primarily because if it's gonna be like, well, because Twitch Toolkit's not being updated anymore. Ah, too peaceful. How peaceful are we talking about? Did did professional marksman show up and buy you another 10,000 chem fuel and destroy your roof? I saw it the other day and I was like, that's a lot of chem fuel. That's a lot of chem fuel. And you sounded a little miffed about it. It was very silly to behold. Also, I need to run more power lines. I really need to run, like, this should be a good power line. If I just run this here, it should fully connect, and then maybe we can power the entire interior of the base. But this entire thing needs to be built still. All right, we can seal this pit now. Let's seal the pit off. All right, yeah, I don't think there's anything else in there I care about. Oh, just kidding. Hold on. Just kidding. Don't do that. Go in the pit, and then I'm just gonna have you Exit with Boomhouse and the remaining graph panels, and that should be fine. Let's see. You're only miffed the second time because it's 30k. Oh, okay. I mean, to be fair, 30k is a lot. Anyways, because of the leveling mod, Manhunter packs are also scary. Wait, what leveling mod? Can you describe what this leveling mod is? Because I'm kind of curious now. Isekai RPG. I'm sorry, what? The HoloBot bot voting thing doesn't work. It hasn't worked in a long time. Isekai RPG leveling Rimworld. Am I actually gonna be concerned? Oh my god, what am I looking at? What is this? Hold on. Welcome to oh no, I pressed the wrong thing. Welcome to Isekai RPG leveling for Rimworld. Rank up your pawns. Do quests that are ranked up by level. Attribute stats to world bosses. Oh my. Wait, you know what this is perfect for? When it's time to do Starter Town 3. RPG stat system, XP and leveling rank systems, combat auras. Oh my, wait. This is what we're gonna do when it's, I'm just gonna subscribe to this real quick. We're gonna do this when it's time for Starter Town 3, if we ever do Starter Town 3. It's so stupid. You wanna fight Elite Thrombos? Mana crystals? What is this nonsense? World bosses. Oh my god. It's even compatible with Combat Extended. Oh. This is so stupid. Wait, they're making a skill tree too? I'm gonna hate this. We're not gonna... Oh my gosh. This is for if I really want to do like a meme run. This is a mod if I want to do a meme run and not like a serious run. Right? I think that's the best way to think about it. It is not meant for the serious gaming experience. It is designed for the haha funny slop experience. I hate using that word. I feel like I've overused the word slop, but it's just so funny. I was like, this is beyond anything I could have ever assumed. Oh my god, Zombieland RPG. Oh lord, no. Well, that's a little much. I think I'm on like one level of insanity, but I have to think about it. Like, don't actually do the combination, or just don't actually run this Isekai RPG mod. It probably would break the. I mean, 1.6 Zombieland is AI slop. Wait, really? Oh, you analyze this. Oh, okay. Okay, I will not touch it then. If it's that bad, I will not touch it. I will trust you when it comes to Rimworld stuff, because I know you're at least well versed in everything Rimworld related. Oh jeez, I just realized what time it is. Okay. All right. Okay, so things we accomplished. We got the MMFS up. It's not running yet though. We will need to. I need to download a mod that allows me to claim this fortified, or at least claim it so I can deconstruct the fortified walls and replace it with my own walls. And then we'll start digging out more of the area. I basically want to try maybe connecting into this area as the main throughway in which our ships will arrive or dock. And then we can expand that way, because I like hallways. We're gonna put a lot of hallways everywhere. Hallways make everything nicer and prettier, right? So we'll do exactly that. And yeah, I'm gonna try to download a mod that lets me finagle with the fortified walls. It had some black magic that could have many positive modding. I remember that because we played a Zombieland scenario. Remember Ikazuchi versus the Horde? That was a long time ago. That was a lot of fun. I have replaced. Oh wait, is there? Maybe it's a setting. What's it called? Replace. That's really weird. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's replace stuff. I'm looking at it right now. It's definitely not replace stuff. There's a lot of other things I need to like double check here because good lord, I have a lot of random mods that I have sitting around. Okay. Anyways, I think I do need to probably stop. I know you guys came in a little early. Also, anyone who came from InterStream, let me do the usual spiel. If you don't know who I am, my name's Oak. I play funny strategy games. I do lots of cool things, mostly Rimworld and other strategy stuff. Press follow if you want to see more Rimworld in the future. I promise you, it's very normal gameplay. I actually am lying about that. It's not normal gameplay. A lot of my runs are very much like anime-coded weeb nonsense. Just breach access. I mean, I could breach access 100 times. Can't find how valuable it would be if brains actually started working time letting us not AI vibe-coded nonsense. Yeah. Alright, let me see who's alive at this hour. It is a little late, but I do need to go to bed because Ray's gonna yell at me if I don't say goodnight to her. Let's see. Who's alive? What did I raid yesterday? Hold on. Oh shoot, no. What did I raid? I raided interest yesterday, I think. Oh my god, this is... Okay, my OBS is freaking out. Okay. Let's see if I want to raid. I need to follow more people at this late hour. I do not follow nearly that many folks. A lot of people that I do follow no longer stream as much either, which is also kind of funny. Is this person gonna keep streaming? His brain's like old, like we're talking old as an actual human old age. Alright. Maelstrom. Okay. We'll raid Rachel. She's playing some Rimworld too. So maybe that will be fun too. Oh, he's in his 60s? Oh, geez, I did not know that. Good lord. All right, more power to him then. Yeah, if the man needs a break, he probably needs to chill. All right, comrades, I slip now. And maybe do some other things that is not playing League of Legends, probably. I hope you enjoyed today's Rimworld stream. Thank you all for swinging by. I think this is definitely one of the more fun Rimworld streams I've had in a long time. I don't know. I really felt in the groove today. Hopefully, tomorrow and future days will be similar. I like Rimworld a lot because I can talk about the most random things and it's not going to break the flow of the game because a lot of times the game just plays itself and we just have to interact with it every now and again. Tomorrow, Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic, as requested by others. And then Thursday, it'll be a vote between various options. I think we should probably do a Hoi 4 stream at some point. I think there's been a slightly growing number of people who are like wondering where the Hoi 4 has gone. We made it do at least one Hoi 4 stream to appease the Hoi 4 people. Anyways, have a good night. Say hi to Rachel. She's playing some Rimworld. I think she's in... she's trading her pawns right now, so that could be fun to watch too. All right, goodbye, good night, and thank you for joining on today's Rimworld shenanigans.